Alright, be with you in just a moment, chat. Almost got it all sorted, everyone's here now. Thank you for being patient. We will be here real soon. Okay, I'm going to start bringing it up and get onto the main screen. Hello.
Hello.
Hey. How's it going?
Great.
Good. Alrighty. Welcome out. Sorry, I think my Discord's having some frame lags, but it's okay. It might clear itself up. Hello. Welcome out for episode 37 of Godforged. Has anyone got anything they want to announce before we can kick into things?
I'd like to announce that Kraken looks like the Polish deputy finance minister.
Yeah.
It's true. It's true.
Nice.
He'll come into the chat at some point. If he comes into the...
No, he's there right now.
Oh, is he there right now?
Yeah.
I knew he'd come in at some point, and now he's going to hear about it. He really does.
I knew he'd be here, dude. He's always watching. Got him.
What a supportive friend. Got him.
Yeah. Thanks for watching every week, Kraken, the finance minister. Well, okay, good announcement. Other than that, I think we can get straight into the recap and kickstart things.
All right, let's do it.
All righty. Who wants to read it? Eternal Farm Music.
Looks around at everyone.
I feel like I read it a lot.
It's
I'll
true.
do it.
Okay.
All right, hold on. I have to find it. I'll do it. I'm totally ready. Okay.
I'll do it. Where is it?
Right. Last week, we traveled northward with the intention of finding the roaming pack of werewolves in the Temper Woodlands. On our way there, we came across a sprite named Busy, who was kind of a little shit. In exchange for some
Ad-lib,
secrets.
just to say.
Wow. It told us some secrets of its own, warned us of a guardian in the nearby woods, something that ransacked a small lumber camp there. Very small lumber camp. It's like 2 tents. We spent the night there. Upon entering, we saw a gargantuan giant with roots entwined throughout its body. Real creepy. Discovering it was an illusion, the creature ordered the nearby pinewood trees to attack, which was a little bit alarming. After a brief fight in which some really cute shrubs came out of the forest too, and they had like cute little eyes, and then they didn't do shit because I wall of fire
I didn't write
them
this
right
into
off.
the recap. Just...
Anyway, after that fight, we just took a nap in the broken down tents, and now it's morning and we're ready to go.
It's true. It is true. So yeah, you. I mean, we kind of ended up just at the end of the night after your fight.
Oh, I guess we didn't really
trees.
sleep yet.
You hadn't technically. You'd settled down to go to sleep. Is there anything anyone wanted to do before resting up for the night? The rain, by the way, because it was raining as you entered into the forest, or into the woodland, I really should call it. It slowly started to dissipate until it faded after the course of about an hour after you destroyed everything. Also, you also prevented the forest fire with
that we also
another good
caused.
use. Yeah, yeah.
Look, it was a contained wall of fire, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know a shrub was gonna get set on fire and run back into the woods. I was not That's
I believe you.
a new thing. I'll note for next time. Before we go to sleep, Fia wants to try to start deciphering or whatever. She has to do one of those spells
Okay.
in her book.
Which one are you going for?
We're going to do the headache one first because it sounds the best.
Do you have it on hand, or should I find it in terms of how long it takes? You can find it if need be.
I do not. But I know it's going to take longer than she's probably going to be awake.
That's fair. Yeah, you do it in like small increments, by the way.
Yeah, so she's just going to get started. It's in my other notebook. It's in the
Which one would you like to do?
One. The headache one?
Okay.
Here we go. What did we say? 6 hours to decipher? No. 16 hours plus 2 hours per level to learn.
Yes.
Does that sound right? Yeah.
Yes, because you are essentially learning a spell not as a wizard.
Yeah.
And deciphering it from a runic book.
She's saying, start knocking some time off of that one.
Okay. Yeah. Anyone else do anything before you rest for the night?
Did we look at the body of the druid thing?
Mm-mm.
I'll look at that.
Okay. Roll an investigation check. What are you looking for? You looting? You trying to see if it's got anything special about it?
Yeah, I'm looting it, for being honest.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
What do I have to hide? You all know who I am.
The rest of us would loot it too. Come on.
It's true.
Yeah, we would.
We fully support that decision.
Okay, 19. Yeah, I would say for the most part, it is a naked loincloth kind of fey-like being, where its skin doesn't seem to make much sense, magically infused with vines in and out of it and leaves that kind of grow out of patch of its skin, almost like birthmarks. Other than its rather basic club, this thing doesn't really carry much in the way of worth. You take some of its matter, which is a polite way of saying you can cut pieces of it off, but
Sure.
other than that,
Holds up jar of sap.
I was going to say, I'll leave that to you guys.
Rotting ear.
yeah, you guys do
Okay,
like
you're with me.
That's a strange thing about D&D players and cutting up bodies.
I just ended up with
I
ear.
mean,
I didn't
magic
cut it
users,
off.
you never know.
Yeah.
It's true. It's true.
The skin had a purpose. We've just kept it for no reason.
Now it's like a security blanket. We're just gonna keep it forever. So
It's
gross.
slowly rotting, by the way. You don't have anything
Yeah.
to...
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only thing I would do
Jesus,
before I
sorry,
slept.
Okay.
I guess can we look at, let's look in the torn down tents or whatever, right? Like we'll just case the whole campsite.
That's right.
Yeah.
I did want to do that as well.
Yeah, sure. Again, I'd say roll investigation check again for both tents combined, if you'd like.
Can I help?
You can separate them. Yeah, with the help.
Oops. $15.
No, roll 20. Help me out, man.
You can roll with advantage, Fabia, because
Yeah,
Thea is
I'll
helping. Bear in mind, for
By which I mean
okay.
I get in the way, apparently.
A
That's fair.
15.
Yeah, 15.
Hold on, let me look.
I'd say you mostly come across lumberjack tools. You'd see that each of these tents probably house about 3 or 4 people each, and you'd find kind of chopping axes. You'd find different bits of rope, probably in total a good like 30 foot of rope. You'd probably also find, considering the fact that they were attacked in the course of the night, I'd say you'd find 2 gold pieces and 3 silver pieces, as you just kind of find their rummaged little kind of stash of the people that were camping here nearby. Probably not much more than that. They're just basic lumberjack camp
Pocket.
that got attacked.
Okay.
Okay.
Alrighty. For you, Fia, I'd say you could knock off probably before going to bed. Well, how long do you want to stay up and do it?
What do I need? I need like 8 hours to sleep, right? For a long rest.
Yeah.
So, I don't know what time of night is it right now. Like how?
It was evening. By the time you got through the fighting and settled and everything, it's probably 9, 10 p.m.
I don't know, an hour or two, I guess. However long I can and still like have the long rest.
Okay.
So I guess maybe an hour if it.
Depends if the others will let you line in the morning as well.
Yeah, right. I assume we're.
I'd say you could probably knock off a couple hours before everyone settles and sleeps.
Sorry, go ahead.
So I'm gonna. I'm trying to remember.
Mm-hmm.
It's me, Fia, and Timmy that have the lowest HP, right? Pretty sure.
No, Basil.
Timmy
is
has
lower
really
than me.
high
I have
HP.
Basil's the
70.
lowest.
Oh,
Mine's pretty
Basil.
high. Mine's fairly high.
Basil
I
is
have
the
70.
Okay.
I haven't broke 100 yet.
Yumi Basil, I'm gonna use the Dreamcatcher to give us a soundless sleep.
Ooh.
Nice.
And I'm gonna roll 2d4 and we'll gain temporary hit points equal to it
Okay.
Sweet.
Nice.
after our rest.
Okay. Sounds good
4.
to me.
I rolled a 1.
That's okay.
Was the other one the 1d4 before that? Was that separate?
That was how many charges I could get out of it from the sleep.
Okay, wait. I do have one other thing. Sorry, since we're getting ready for bed. Because I'm gonna push up my glasses IRL for this. Because I am a spreadsheet nerd, and I did go through and write out on an inventory list.
It's true.
What we do have a few things that I think we never identified, like stuff from Advent.
Yeah, you have
So,
a
like,
bunch, I think.
A circlet, a rod, wand thing, an urn.
Yeah.
So I don't know who has that stuff, but probably want to figure out what they
forgot
do,
about
right?
these.
And then
Yeah.
also we did get some gems from that pirate ship, and I can't remember what we said, like how much they were worth, or if there was anything like actually decent.
I would
in
say
there.
based on if you want to work out their worth, it'll be a streetwise check. If you want to see if they're magical, I imagine you would have probably seen that they're not because of the fact that you have detect magic. Beyond remnant, I imagine all gemstones have a remnant of magic in them, hence the power and why they're using so many components, but not enough for it to be these are magical items.
I don't like look through it though and see like, oh, here's a diamond worth 300 gold. I can use it for Timmy can use it for thingy.
That's true.
Right.
What items? So I know you've got the urn, the circlet, the wand.
Oh. I also have listed a bronze sword, but I think we said it wasn't magic. It was just a cool bronze sword.
Yeah. So you can spend a short rest, identifying those if you need to. Is that everything? Those ones? I think so.
I think that's all I have, unless anybody else grabbed something that they don't have identified.
Oh, and the whip.
Oh shit!
No.
And a whip, obviously.
Yeah.
But
So
I didn't never know.
There are 4 magical items you
Obviously.
didn't identify. So you could distribute that between the group and identify them whilst Fear you'd be reading, I imagine, during that time.
Okay.
During that 2-hour period. The way we do, you can identify magical items standard with a short rest, though you won't be able to find any curses on items if you do that. You have to use the
Good for
identify
letting us know
spell.
this is cursed.
So just in case things are cursed, just so you're aware.
I can remove a curse.
It's true.
Timmy's just
But
like,
some
just
magical
wing it,
items-
just go.
Some magical items, the curse can't be removed by a remove curse spell. Just to be aware. But you have, yes. Because
We
otherwise
all just
it'd be so easy with some of them. But
Nobody touched
for
anything.
example, the Ember of Onruza, which Sophia uses. So you have the whip, just to get them up. The whip, the urn, the wand, and the circlet. Who wants to do what? And I'll send them your way.
I'm deciphering headaches, so I can't do any
I'll
of
do the circlet.
Okay.
I'll just toss me whatever. I'll decipher.
Yeah,
them.
same.
All right. I'll give one to each of you.
Give me the
guys.
whip. want a
Okay.
whip.
So it's
I can use it.
Timothy, you should find the circle. Sorry, it's going to come up in all different. That'll be in the Catacombs of Advent folder. For some reason, it doesn't let you put your own folders as the player. It sticks it in the folders I put them in.
That's a bummer.
So it's disorganized for
Why
you.
are you making that face? What's it do?
Circlet's sick, dude. Not for me though. Maybe.
Okay, and then let
You
me
would look nice in a
throw-
circlet. Don't sell yourself short.
Who wanted the whip? Was it you, Saphira?
Me. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. There's the
He's gonna
whip.
use it with Eschatalon. Okay.
Nice.
And then I'll
Sorry,
throw...
yes, AI dungeon.
I'll throw the urn over to you, Fabia.
Okay.
And then I will throw the wand over to you, Scold. There you go.
Do you have a
magic whip?
Do you have a handout for the liquid jar?
Which one?
Sorry, I cannot remember what it's called. The jar that I got. The blood jar.
Blood jar.
I'm trying to think when you got a blood shot.
There's my child.
The
Aw.
blood.
She coming. The
Jar, you can
jar.
wave to her this time.
She's coming.
The jar that you can say any liquid to, and
Oh,
it
the
gives you,
alchemy
makes
jar.
you do
Oh,
that.
no, I need to give it to you. Sorry.
Yeah,
The
thank
blood
you.
jar.
I was like,
I,
when did
um,
we dip a whole
Did
jar into blood?
not trigger that for anybody.
I'll give myself a note because I forgot to put that
I don't
in.
think I was there for this.
Alchemy jar.
You were hungover.
Yeah.
Timmy
Oh, that's
was
right. You were
sleeping.
not.
Yes, she has an
I
I got
alchemy
an
jar.
alchemy jug, and I tried making blood appear in it, and it worked.
Oh, that's right. I remember that one. At some point, once Saphira's figured out this whip, she will tut and sigh at it, and then be like, "Fia," and then throws the whip over to Fia.
Fia tries to catch it.
Catch it gracefully. Dexterity check. Go.
God damn it! Wait, let's see what I would have gotten. I'm doing it.
Yeah, go for it. I mean, if she's thrown it, just launch a whip to you whilst you're reading. So
Yes! She catches it.
Nice.
Like, fucking
Fuck yeah,
legendary.
dude! I'm like this with a book, and I just go like, pull it out of the air,
Nice.
and then I'm like super impressed with myself. Like, look
Yeah,
around to see
Saphira
if
gets
anyone else
the-
saw it.
A nod of, you did good. Enjoy your spellcaster's whip.
I will send it over to you. Forgot I have to do that. Okay. Also, Sam, I think you're muted in case you mentioned I sent you that wand. Okay.
I think his mic is broken.
Oh yeah, we haven't actually heard Sam once, I don't think. Except for no, we heard the
did.
Kraken.
Pre-show we did.
Yeah.
Nope, not working.
Sorry, boss. Don't worry. Scold is quiet this evening. As everyone
no.
rests their eyes with the items in hand. So you go to rest.
Hello? Hello?
There you
Hello?
There we
Yeah,
go.
there
Yay!
So sleeping for the night in the kind of tattered tents, but making use of your bedrolls and whatnot. You wake in the morning. The woods less gloomy outside, still cold. It would have been a cold night's sleep, I guess, if you've all kind of huddled into the tents, a little warmer from body warmth, but Wolfgard's weather isn't exactly the best, and especially as we're kind of still in spring. You wake up, slight fog in the clouds, and mist, but the woods seem quiet. The occasional twerting of birds and animals scattering by, but not much more than that.
All right.
All right.
Can you remind us how far we are from where we're like another day, right? From
Yeah, you'll probably have one more sleep
where we were
and
trying to
then
go
get
for the
there.
werewolf.
Mhm.
Yeah, got it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
There's a couple days travel.
Cool. Oh wait, should we say what our items, what we just discovered? I guess
It's up to you.
in
Yeah,
case chat would like to know what they are.
can do.
The whip is a whip of proximity. requires attunement by a spellcaster. When you attack with this weapon, you can use your spellcasting ability modifier instead of strength or dexterity. For the attack and damage rolls, Whip has 4 charges, regains 1d4 daily at dawn. When you hit with an attack using this Whip, you can choose to forego the damage and instead cast a touch spell with a casting time of 1 action on the target as if you had touched it. Otherwise, the spell functions as if you had cast it normally. You are considered proficient, even if you lack proficiency with martial weapons.
We can, a couple other ones are much more text, but I can summarize them as well. If you want to reveal the components, it's up to you though. But yes, that is a magic touch
No, you
whip.
sum them up then.
I can do that.
I'm going to make the call. I'm
The Urnblade that...
An urn blade.
Yes, because
That's
It looks
is
sick, by the way.
essentially gives you a +1 to attack and damage rolls, and you can summon a shadow ally.
What?
And essentially have a shadow that fights alongside you. It works as a scimitar, and it is made of kind of a dark smoke, ashen smoke. And if I'm right, what's the shadow? So the summoned shadow exists. It goes up to a +2. And
Nice.
am I right in thinking that it does necrotic damage? It might not do necrotic damage.
It doesn't say it does, I don't think.
No,
Still
I think
cool
it would do
anyway.
standard slash.
You guys got useful stuff?
Yeah, the.
What's a
Interesting.
circlet?
I mean, you can hand this out between you, but
Yeah.
circle's not great. You could read the circle if you like. It's like 30 words.
Shane, read the circlet. It's not
the
great,
stylus
but read it.
circlet. While wearing this leather circlet, you can use a bonus action to change your hair's length, color, and styling.
Nice.
When you remove this circlet, your hair returns to its natural appearance, and your hair can grow up to 5 feet long this way, but any hair you cut off immediately vanishes. That's it.
So you can't, like, make a nest
Very
with
cute.
hair.
You can't, like, sell hair, I guess.
Damn it.
And then the other one, the last one, was the Wand of Gilding, which is rare. You have to be a bard, sorcerer, or wizard. You can enhance someone's beauty for an hour if they're within 30 feet of you. You can also... You can cause something
Did we
to
get
be...
all this shit?
Catacombs, Advent, all of that kind of stuff. Yeah. You just
you know
guys
what
kind of
this
picked them up
means?
and were like, oh, I'll keep on to these, but you never
This means that, like,
identified them.
the old king and queen of Advent were probably kind of plain rakes. They're walking around with a circlet that makes their hair grow all the time and a wand that's going to make them prettier. Like, they were just like every morning, like, oh, honey, here.
Can Fabia use the circlet and just affect all of the hair and become a big hairball?
Oh, yeah.
Let's find out. Do you have to attune to it? How long does it take?
Yeah, do you have to attune to it, or can I just try this?
We'll double check for you, but I believe it is not... no, you don't have to attune.
Oh, shit.
Oh my god. I put it on immediately.
5 feet of hair everywhere.
Okay, yeah. You can use your bonus action to change your hair's length, color, and styling. So
Do I just
I
Think it?
imagine that helpful.
think how long I want it to be?
Make it curly, too.
It can go up to 5
think
feet
you-
long. So yeah.
I imagine to myself that all of my hair is 5 feet long. Actually, no, that's a terrible idea. I imagine because my clothes will burst off.
You're gonna look like cousin It from the Addams Family.
Yeah, I'm gonna like pull my sleeve up and try to like make all of the hair on my arm grow. Does it work?
Okay. Yes. You'd see your arms, your hand disappearing under the fur as it just encompasses it,
We're all
looking
like,
kind of like a mop.
What do we use this for?
I don't know, but look at this.
That's great
I
enough.
feel
What do you
like-
need? What do we use it for?
On Fabio and Scold, I feel
Strange.
like this is going to be like the immovable rod, where it seems useless, but they're going to find some crazy ways.
At some
Yeah,
point.
right?
This will come in clutch. Like you'll be falling off a cliff, you grow, and then suddenly it snags on like a thing,
It's
just hanging
5
up by your
feet. It's
hair.
a 5 feet hair whip.
Can you just think about it and it'll like shrink and then grow again and shrink and grow again?
Yeah.
Can you whip your hair back and forth?
Does it
Yeah.
shrink?
Well,
or
no,
does
no, it
Can
doesn't
you-
shrink. You have to. You also, by the way, to get rid of that hair on your arm, you're gonna have to cut it. It doesn't shrink
well,
back.
Oh
You can-
man.
Wait, can you
Take
feel
that
this?
knife.
Pulls on it
Well-
a little.
It does say you can grow up your hair's length. So actually, I imagine length goes both ways. So now I reckon you could probably pull it back.
Doesn't it go away after she takes the circlet off?
Oh, when you remove the circle, your hair returns to its natural appearance.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
I thought that was
you
the
just
whole
do that.
point.
It
Is
just
like you can't cut it.
Yeah, right?
Okay.
It's gonna be a good
Guys.
street magic act.
No, this is gonna be like, look, I can walk into a place and then leave and put the circlet on and just grow all my hair and then be like, I'm a different Lago, you racist piece of shit, and it'll be perfect.
That is a good idea. We have to remember that. There's racists everywhere. We're definitely gonna catch someone out.
Give it-
Stares at the lens everywhere.
Give it to Sophia, she can grow her beard out again.
Excuse you, I gave the axe to a
I know.
dwarf.
I know.
right? He was probably very happy about it, actually. Probably made that guy's life. The only dwarf who couldn't grow a beard, he's now like, he's cured.
So, it's the morning. You've slept into in the tents, rested up for the night, kind of in a small woodland. What would you like to do? What would you
Press
like
on, right?
Continue on, yeah.
Yeah.
Get up, have breakfast, head out.
to do? Yeah.
What are we having for breakfast, fellas? Oh, I'm gonna go take Blossom out. We're gonna get up nice and early. We're gonna go look for some food for everyone. We're gonna make us a nice little breakfast. Let's see
Okay.
what we find. Come on,
Well,
Blossom, let's go find some food.
Sure. Yeah. What would you? How are you going to be hunting? Just foraging for like mushrooms and stuff like that, or are you?
Yeah, we'd probably go like into the forest a little bit. We'll look, see if there's see what we can see. If we see any game, then Saphira will try and, if it's small game, Saphira will send Blossom on the case, and if it's bigger, then she'll try and go for it herself, and she'll be collecting berries and mushrooms and bits and bobbles along the way.
Go ahead and roll a nature check to determine if you successfully hunt for forage stuff, and then roll a perception check afterwards to determine if you find any game.
Oh dear, 3 for the nature check.
You have no success finding any mushrooms or anything like that. If you come across
that's not
anything,
fair. I have survival. I've got thingy majiggy. I've got.
oh, sorry,
what's it,
I did nature check. Do survival check instead. Do survival check
Yeah,
instead.
come on,
I
man.
always forget about survival
Yeah,
skill.
Trying to dupe me.
Hey, you go for survival. Go for survival.
14.
That's
Okay.
Yeah, I'd say you come across a
And you
couple
said
of
perception?
yep, berries and some I imagine you could knock back a berry and being the kind of stalwart barbarian you are, you can determine if it's poisoned from just a single one. And you find if you berries
she
which
eats like
are-
one
which are
berry,
not.
just stands there like, oh, it's fine.
13 perception. I'd say roll a stealth check for me quickly.
16.
Oh shit!
Yeah, I would say you just managed to make out. You're quieter than you usually are, and you just managed to make out a deer in the distance. They've got kind of a darker, more like moose fur on them, but it's still deer shaped, quite skinny and frail still. You see a deer.
Okay, then Saphira will she'll be like very, very low, speaking to Blossom and telling her that one day she'll be able to take this type of creature out. And as she does that, she will get her her throwing chain axe
Okay.
and yeet at the deer.
Okay. Go ahead and throw.
Right in the middle of its head.
I'm gonna say go ahead and throw an attack roll.
Okay. 17.
You hear this plant straight into the deer's neck. You hear a moment of bleating, but then silence. You know how to kill something pretty efficiently. The true throw hits in.
Nice.
The deer's dead.
All right. Is there any little mices or anything that little baby can go do a thing? Little mousies for Blossom.
Roll a straight d20 for me to determine if Blossom. We'll add a +2.
14.
Yeah, I'd say she'd see a couple
A
of mice.
squirrel.
Yeah, maybe a
Yeah.
squirrel's going up a tree.
Squirrel?
Yeah, big
Alright,
old red squirrel.
then. Saphira's like, pointing at the squirrel. Go. And then, sort of gestures for her to go in and do a thing.
Do a d20 plus 3 for her survival check. I'll get you a little blossom
D20
card made up as well.
Plus 3, yeah?
Yeah.
18, 19, 20.
Yeah, she
Right.
swoops in.
Blossom with the
You see her leap
rolls.
off your shoulder and then glides almost silently and lands straight into the scroll. You hear this kind of, just for a moment, just this little, and then you see as she turns, she glides back to you with the screw in her claws. Dead, but she's caught it.
Can you tell me what Blossom says to me after she's done this?
Yeah, she goes, I caught it.
Good girl, Blossom. Gets a little ruffle on her little head. Let's go take everything back.
Nuzzles into it, and you start seeing, in kind of a, way that, same way like a seagull would eat. You see, it gets the squirrel and just swallows it all the way back in, expanding.
girl.
Like Blossom's almost like twice
She's
the size
snagging.
on your shoulder, but just kind of leans and just sits there and it digests.
Nice.
Before
Cool.
you get back to the camp,
Yes.
it's already gone.
Yep. Saphira will also, scoop down, pick up her chain axe, and hoist the deer over her shoulder and return with the animal.
Okay. Yeah. You everyone sees Saphira returning with a hoisted, slightly furry deer over her shoulder.
I'd just like to point out as well that Saphira did get some mushrooms and some nuts and some fruit, and she
It's
will
a
deliver that
balanced meal.
to Fabia specifically. All of the
Aw.
forest goods she gives to Fabia, and then looks at the rest of the group. Who's hungry?
Okay. Yeah, you've got yourselves a pretty decent meal there. I mean, if you want to carry around the deer any further than this, it probably weighs a good,
Dragging a deer with us.
yeah, it probably weighs a good 150 pounds. Pretty heavy from
Bob
the fur in
Fia's
its
out.
body. Yeah, that's fair. So yeah, you can cut into it, spend a couple hours in the morning, cutting up bits of the deer and having a pretty lavish breakfast.
Yeah, Saphira would have probably gone like a little bit earlier so that they wouldn't have wasted so much time while she's out, and then they would have had something as everyone's sort of getting up to
Okay.
do that. And
Sure.
yeah,
Yeah, sure.
cool.
All right.
All right. We could spend a couple hours, make some food for the road, and have a good breakfast.
All right. So, after breakfast, you hit the road, carrying on the path that you came through. It's not long before you leave the woodlands, maybe only half an hour or so. It's not the biggest of woodlands. You meet the road again. You're far enough away from the shore now that you don't really hear it. You're more across the moors. The ground here is a little flatter for a while. A lot of stretching land of green, but at the moment it's more kind of darkened, deadened grass and kind of rocky patches. But it seems vast kind of open fields. But you stick to the main road and wander for a while. If there's anything you want to do throughout the day, just let me know. Otherwise, you'd mostly be going past people, ask them for directions, staying on the main road if you wish, and head over towards the crossroads in between where you need to get to.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's just press on, right?
Yeah.
So travel time passes. You spend the day, the good, probably 10 or so hours walking all day, before asking people, if there's any directions or how do we get to the temple woods and whatnot. They tell you if you're carrying across the road, you hit crossroads, and then you go west
I
from there,
imagine too,
across a bridge.
like really awkwardly, you'll be like, "So, how is everything? Right? You guys got any problems? You doing all right?" Like
Most people on the
trying to
road,
figure out. It's like
you'd find that like in Westmorn, you could probably have little conversations with people on the road who are kind of interested, especially asking you about your adventures. I imagine you'd get a lot of interest with people who are like, adventurers? And Wolfgard, less so. They're used to seeing adventurers occasionally, or people who would be adventurers. You're not the only group of your type, though you're probably one of the only few successful around the world, around the continent. A lot of people are essentially the equivalent to level 1 for the majority of their lives. So they see a lot of would-be heroes trying to emerge to come and free Wolfgard. So they've kind of heard it all before. People give you small talk along the road, but they don't really have much care about asking you questions about your travels. It's kind of a mocked profession almost. Or at least kind of, seen as a little naive. But you'd have small talk, get your directions. One person informs you there's a crossroads where people can stay for the night. After the day's walk, the evening starts to come again. And you're getting closer to your quarry. When in the distance, you see a couple people pass by and you can see that they've been well fed and they're talking and they're kind of moving on towards... They're kind of passing... There's all these kind of side roads coming in and they're passing on their way towards the crossroads. In the distance, the crossroads comes into sight. You notice a low wall with a palisade built around it. Again, the palisade here, though, is made of kind of sharpened rock and wood intertwined. You can see that it's almost been built for sustainability as well as protection. You see this large kind of wall circling, only about 10 feet high, and only a kind of small wall that you might expect outside an estate more so than a town. The spikes of the palisade go around, and a small moat is built around it as well, though it's not filled with anything more than deadened grass and rocks. More of a ditch. But inside, you can see smoke drifting into the air from afar. Several fires clearly lit. As you're growing closer to the crossroads, you notice that actually it's not a building, it's not an inn. It is a series of maybe 100 or so tents that have been set up. Some much larger, some smaller, but a large gathering of people in this section. A couple of guards stand on the outside. They're wearing kind of... One of them's wearing like a boiled leather, studded leather armor. Another one next to him wearing some light chainmail with a shield and sword. They don't look like your usual guards. They look more like mercenaries from the sight of them. You close in and you realize that merchants are kind of moving in there for the night to set up camps of their own and set up their own tents, or to take up... Some of them don't even bring tents, going in there and just setting up and choosing a place and location. You see it's rather busy. Maybe 50 to 60 people here, just all moving between different tents and camps. Some arriving as the night kind of goes in. As you would approach the crossroads, you'd see one of the guards looks across at your group and nods to you. Evening, folks.
Good evening.
You need a tent for how many?
Wait, do we have our own tents?
I don't think so, actually. I think you've just been sleeping in bedrolls.
I think we, yeah.
I don't think we do.
I don't think we do, right? Yeah. There's 6 of us?
6. I think there's probably one down the back. You'll probably find the large groups. You've come on a quieter night, but yeah, you'll be able to find one for you. Big enough.
Okay, thank you.
Sweet. Big enough to fit this guy? I point to Scold.
Except, well, I mean, he could just get in another tent if you want. Whatever tents are free, just head on into them. I don't
What's
know.
the temperature outside?
Cold. It's definitely
Air flap hat on.
it's like a misty cold outside. Slight fog. We're talking in kind of the low, like maybe -1, -2 Celsius.
I'm gonna take my cloak and wrap it around myself like a villain and be like, I could always sleep outside.
Like a hair cloak with the circlet.
Yeah. Oh my god, I could grow my hair super long and then have this thing.
Hang
It's
on,
true.
I've got it.
I'll be out here, no problem.
It's true. You could. Stepping like towards it, the guard looks at you and goes, "Oh, plenty of free tents. They're not anybody's, so you can rest in them. You don't need to sleep.
Okay.
I mean, unless you prefer. Some people sleep by the fire.
So we just go in and find a tent? That's it? That's all we gotta do?
Yeah, that's yeah, that's it. That's
It's like fitting rooms.
Yeah, this is really convenient. Okay,
Yeah.
thanks.
He smiles to you and says, "Welcome to the gather round."
Oh, that's cute.
Gather
name.
around. That's very cute.
inside you'd see people of all different kind of cultures and races, and wearing different kind of armor. Some of them wearing merchant clothes, some of them kind of dressed as like farmers. All different people just sharing food and talking and chatting. If you'd enter into it, a lot of the tents on the lower end are not as occupied, but some of the later ones are. You'd see guards walking around, but there's no cohesion between their outfits. Probably be able to see that some of them are even like farmers who are just kind of walking with their pitchforks. You pass by a campfire full of probably 15 to 20 people all just talking and chatting. You walk past one small fire which has less people around. One person's kind of, this halfling's being very kind of listening intently as you pass by, and you'd see quite a small young curly-haired ginger girl with a tree beside her, a large animated tree with its eyes, not a pine one, but a slightly more like a willow tree. It's kind of willows coming down itself. You can see the tree moves its branch to kind of push away its own willow leaves as they head down its head. And she's kind of giving out samples of its sap and passing them to people. She smiles to you.
Sort of weird.
Hey there, would you like to try?
Oh,
Yeah.
sure.
Hey, what you got to trade?
Oh, damn it.
Hang on. Looks in pockets.
It's because I've got an ear.
Oh. Do you want anything from this bag of flesh? There's an ear, there's some skin, there's like...
I
She
don't
did not
mind.
say that. Oh.
Oh, you can if you like.
So gross.
Just anything, a story, something, an item, anything that you would be willing to part with.
Oh.
What's your favorite drink in the world? I don't know if this is going to work or not, just heads up, but what's your favorite drink in the world?
I used to have these, it was like grapes, and it was fruity.
She's gonna slowly like pull the thing out and be like, say it into the
The girl just sticks her face into
So she's-
the jug.
Puts her hands in and just goes, grapefruit juice, I suppose? He hears the filling sloshing up.
Hey, baby, it worked. Do you got a cup? I don't care if you drink
she
directly out of it,
takes
but
one
I
and-
feel like not everybody's gonna feel that way.
Yeah, she takes one and holds it out to you.
Yeah, I'll pour it out.
You get this kind of pinkish liquid filling. Takes a drop. How did you do that?
It worked, bitch. This was a great investment. Not you. You're not a bit. This is sorry.
This poor little kid's like,
That's an amazing trick, of course. Right, big fella. Takes 3 small kind of shot glasses, and pots them out. But they're wooden, kind of small, kind of thin wood with a thick, like honey, like maple syrup inside. Feel free. That's probably a fair trade. One of the best ones I've had today, actually. It is a
I'll
pretty
try one.
sickly sweet, tastes like maple syrup, but with a kind of a slight more of a kind of a lavender aroma to it, and yeah, it's kind of like just like a little sweet topping.
Hmm.
Damn,
Damn, that's sweet.
It's really sweet. It's very good. Very sweet.
some people never even try anything sweet, so yeah, it's what we do here.
That's sad.
It's your first time in the gather round.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is great.
Yeah, it's the best. You if you're polishing through, then be sure to trade whatever you got with other people. You get some wacky things here. That's the rule, by the way. You don't sell anything here.
Oh, are you here all the time? Are there people that just are here all the time?
Some people frequent it. I spend most of my time on the road, but I've been here. It's probably my 6th or 7th time. A lot of people come here for the circus, but
There's a circus?
some sort of magical circus coming to town in about 5 days.
Oh,
People getting their early tickets now so they can sit up the front,
where's the circus is here in 5 days?
Well, it will be, yeah. There's only one person setting it up now, I think. Maybe 2.
Oh,
But you have
where
a
do
few
we get
traders.
tickets?
Well, you'd have to get off them. You'd just go and ask
Oh.
them. Yeah, they're
Okay.
free. Free entry. So they've got a whole bunch of people camping up. Apparently the most exciting thing to happen. But most people here, they come by and they trade goods. You give things away here. Stories often are told. And it's not a bad place. Some merchants you might be able to find giving out some things as well for cheap. So it's just the rule is don't sell anything.
Okay.
Well, I mean, you're not going to get in trouble if you do. It's just it's frowned upon.
So strictly trading then, no
Well, it's more about
no selling.
sharing.
Oh, well that's nice. It's like making friends and well, that's kind of nice.
Yeah, it's
Is this here all the time? Like this gather round? Is it just always here?
Yeah. Been here for it's not been here forever, but ever since used to be an inn. The old place burnt down, but the owner, she used to give out free stew to anyone who would arrive. And so
Aw.
one time a inn set on fire from the stew. It was always on. And unfortunately she was lost in the fire, and so people decided live in her legacy, You don't sell things here, you share them. Stop by
That's
here.
really cool.
Well, enjoy it. You don't steal anything either. That would be looked down upon. The guards are just a local mercenary group. They're on Northway. There's no real guards here, so try not to start any trouble.
Okay, we'll try.
All right.
All right, thank you.
Come on by again if you need any sat. All right. She kind of pats the big guy and then sits back in a chair and gets comfortable.
All right. I guess I don't know. I guess we should probably find a tent to grab it, and then we can look around. Fia definitely wants to talk to the people that are going to put on a circus. Oh wait, Dodger, I think you walked away for that part. There's a circus in 5 days.
Okay, sick.
So, and the tickets are free. So, wanna find out about free tickets to a circus that we may or
Sure,
may
yeah.
not attend in 5
Find out about
days.
circus. I'm down.
Yeah, right. Also, we could trade anything we want. You can't sell anything. Don't steal anything.
I was there for that.
Everybody,
Yeah.
Okay,
Don't steal anything. That's
I mean,
new.
isn't
Got
giving
it.
money for something still trading, technically?
that's fair, right? Maybe you
What
just
is that
can't ask.
concept to me?
Maybe you just can't ask how much it is. You just give them what you think it is. Or yeah,
I'm not trading you money. I'm trading you gold, the material.
yeah. You could do whatever you want with this
You can
gold.
make pretty stuff out of this.
Yeah, you could melt it down and make a ring. You could melt it down. Actually, we could just give you money. You could melt it down and be like, it's
Oh
not.
my god, I
it's
could
not
just
gold.
put it in my thing
just
and
like
just
a
make
nugget.
gold.
Yeah.
I can make pretty
True.
things out of this gold.
You can. That's true.
What do you
Like
want? A
gold
bracelet?
trinkets.
Hang on.
It'd be a good
All
way
right,
to store it.
let's look around, I guess.
Oh yeah. Oh my god, we don't have to hold it. We just put it in my void. I did
You
not
can make
think
your
about
own
that.
currency.
Yeah,
Sounds
when if you were to make money, what would it look like? Like you'd have to put like a little stamp on it, right?
Oh, of
Or
course.
would that be forgery
true.
if then we were
I
trying
don't
to
know. I don't know the laws of currency in this place.
Yeah, the normal gold coin would have the kind of a symbol of like a kingly looking fellow on one side, and on the other side buildings that are kind of going up towards a cloud. So if you weren't to have that, that's the standard Westmorn coin. Coins in Wolfgard would probably be a similar kind of design, but on the side with the kind of the buildings going up into the sky, probably see a wolf's head. And you'd probably find that currency changes with its own stamp from place to place. So if you were to make up your own stamp,
You could
probably
just
people
make
would
your
think
own
it's
stamp.
forged. But hey, if it's real gold, it's real gold.
Just on the side that has the king, I'll keep it looking the same except for just the face. I'll put Fabia's.
Nice. We have our own currency now. They won't care. It's gold is gold, right?
It's true. Gold is gold.
Where's this from? It's far. It's really far. It's Canada. You've never been there. It's real far.
It's not the
So
first
all
time
money looks
Canada's
like
come
in
up in the
Canada.
campaign. Yeah, you'd be able to find
Canada, get
yourself
real.
a series of tents that are empty. You could split between all of your own tent each, or you could go into the same larger tent. Like, there's a lot of land here. This place could probably fit a good couple hundred people. It's a big portion of land just taken up by tents and tents. Think kind of like a festival, but with larger tents up as well. You'd pass by several merchants on the way, people giving out food and whatnot. There's a goblin merchant over to one side as well, who's kind of giving out some stuff and talking with people and trading with them. You've got others giving stories and trading their kind of whatever they found on the road. You see a small person, kind of a gnome who's kind of sat around a fire as loads of people are kind of encompassed around, and they're passing things into kind of like almost like a busker's hat, dropping things in there from anywhere from like kind of wrapped salted meat to little kind of created figurines and stuff, just to hear his stories. And he's just letting them off one after the other as new crowds come in. But most people are just kind of sharing, and it's kind of a big kind of gather around, as hence the name. But yeah, you set up your tents. Is there anything else you'd like to do? Wash your hair, or
I thought you said wash your hair.
if you like, you know.
Anything else you
Oh, you
want to
probably
do?
got
Like
it.
maybe,
It's been a while.
yeah, you're
It's
probably
right.
pretty filthy. Wash your
Yeah,
hair.
maybe clean
I
yourself.
hear
fair.
it's 5
Fair.
feet of
You
hair
did
now. so-
technically have plumbing in the house you stayed on in Tithmore. So if anyone would have washed it, they could have done there. If anyone
Fabia
enjoys
didn't.
washing. Yeah, that's fair.
I mean,
100%.
when you get the
you did.
opportunity to do it, then you just do it, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
They probably don't get to wash that often, so when they can have a
Mhm.
bath or
Especially a
whatever,
hot
they
one.
probably have one. Yeah.
hmm
I want to check out the goblin merchant and see what he's got going on.
Okay, sure. You'd go over towards what seems to be kind of a large-headed but small-bodied goblin, a little bit hunched back. His shoulders are a little bit crooked, but his pretty frail. A cloak over his shoulders with like woolen that makes him look larger than he is, but you can kind of see his frail form underneath. He's wearing kind of a small like bowler hat on top of his head, and he's got wispy beard that kind of comes through as well. Green of skin, kind of a lighter tint as well, with a little bit of frost gathering on the edge of his beard. Next to him, you would see you'd see one other goblin that is next to him, who is a little bit bulkier for a goblin, broader of shoulders. You can see him kind of wearing one on the shoulder of him. He's got like a goat's head, as like a fur wrapped around shoulder bit, and it kind of comes down him. On his belt, he's holding an axe, and it's kind of locked to his little belt hook, showing that he's guarding the goblin in front of him. And next to them, they've got a human guard as well. He's just stood there with his arms crossed, and looks like a very plain kind of individual. Short, kind of cropped hair, light brown. The remnants of a beard kind of starting, but you can see he kind of keeps it trim and fresh, so he doesn't get any hair on his neck. Wearing kind of basic leathered outfit. As you approach, the goblin looks up at you. You there? Anything you need?
That's a very deep voice for a
Hey,
goblin.
weird voice for a goblin. Go back
Anything?
to little boy. Little boy.
Well,
Like
anything you need.
anything.
No. Anything I can,
Oh.
would you like to try?
What do you have?
I got all sorts.
All sorts, just not quite anything.
Just say a thing. I'll see if I got it.
Just say a thing.
Yeah.
Okay, a spool of blue thread.
Got a spool of white.
Okay, that's pretty close. Slice of chocolate cake.
I don't know what that is.
Shit.
Could make bank in this place.
5 ball bearings.
Yeah, I have that.
It goes into kind of a pouch. You see him.
Just naming things.
Archie, where is it? And the human looks at it. I think it's the third bag. So. Alright. And it goes into the third bag. You see him kind of put out a little bag. Takes out 5 ball bearings. And he hands them over to your hand and pours them into your hand. Okay.
Oh.
What you got?
Let's I have.
What's the weirdest thing you got?
Oh.
Oh, we got a lot of that.
Give him the ear.
Weirdest thing I got.
Ears, yeah, I love them.
Yeah. Like
I
how?
actually love the
Are,
ears.
you seem like you might be okay with pretty weird, right? Pulls out
I like
bag of
oddities.
flesh. I got this. We have this ear from a. Oh fuck! What was it from? It's from the. What's it called? I forget what it's called.
Yeah, where is the ear from?
It was the dream
It was
thing.
the ear that was, it was the ear that
can't
was
remember
cut
what
off
that
of
monster's
the
called.
dream monster.
And you've been storing it in a bag?
Yeah.
Why
The
are you
moment-
saying
the
it so
moment you reached-
judgmentally?
Where did you put the bag? Is it in your bag of holding?
No.
It's a normal bag.
Fia.
Kind of, yeah. It's been like it's been all over. It was in the bag
When you
holding for
open
a
it up,
while. Then it
the
was
im-
like in my bag.
The immediate thing you'd smell would be the smell of
Oh,
heavy rot.
God.
And your fingers
Oh,
would go
So
in.
long ago.
Your fingers would
It
go
must
in.
be like goopy and wet.
It feels like
yeah,
slush.
I'm gonna just pull my
It
hand.
feels
and
like
I'm gonna
slush
get,
in there.
oh.
Because it would have. That was like 8 weeks ago.
So
Like,
it was in
maybe
here.
longer, 9 weeks ago. This is
It-
like 3 months decayed ear with
It's,
bacteria everywhere,
I
mixing with other
mean,
flesh.
technically, it's even weirder now.
Yeah. What if we tell you the story about the ear?
I mean, I think some other people prefer tails, but I guess I'll
Oh.
take the tail of the ear. I don't really want. I want something I can trade on, not really. Whatever.
You don't really
that
want
is.
Goop.
Yeah, no,
Wow.
that's fair. Honestly, I
Fair.
thought I was in better condition than this. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I
I don't.
don't
It's
really
just
know a lot
like
about like.
Fucking off like ear goop.
Yeah, I don't really know a lot about like preserving body. That's.
Yeah.
I should probably
learn.
learn though.
Sure.
Uh,
I mean,
yeah.
you can pickle things or,
Oh.
jars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe I should
vinegar. Hmm.
like a vinegar. Yeah, maybe somebody here has vinegar. No, it's already pretty.
You might be able to find it, but I think that's too far gone. Hey, look, just tell me the tale, and we'll call it quits. It's fine.
Oh.
It's 5 ball bearings.
Yeah. Okay. I think you're gonna like this, even though you don't really like stories.
Right.
So, I'm not gonna actually tell it because everyone would
Yeah,
hate
that's
it. but
fair. That's fair.
Theo will tell the story in a very disjointed way of them getting sucked into dreams and having to fight and all
We'll
of that.
really make it seem like Basil completely destroyed this town. Also, in this
Yeah.
way.
Okay.
Yeah, true. We
Yeah,
did actually
and
really
we-
blow that out of proportion.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Mm.
We got in a lot of trouble busting up that place.
That's a better story.
I mean,
than
I got put in
most.
prison for that, right?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll go
We
through
got
the whole
busted
thing too.
out.
Like they wound
Yeah,
up in
yeah.
prison. It turned out it was the other temple that was like, yeah, the whole 9 yards, all of
And
it.
didn't Saphira get busted out, and then they all arrived at the prison like.
Scold showed up to
Where are
like
they?
bust them out. Yeah, and then yeah,
It was me and
Good
Timmy
times,
that was
guys.
in prison.
and then it turns out it was a guy from the temple of the fucking other guy. Shit, now I forgot his name. Ados. The whole time.
Xeris. Oh, you
Xeris,
mean at
whatever.
the end?
Yeah, no, the bad
Yeah.
guy that like started.
No, that
it
was
all.
Xeris.
That like,
Yeah, that was
oh
Xeris.
shit,
Ados
whatever.
was the other.
Xeris, sorry.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Oh. It's not a bad story.
It's pretty good, right?
As long as Rooster stays awake, then it's a good story.
Oh.
All right. Fair trade.
5 ball bearings.
Now you have 5 ball bearings.
Yeah.
Go ahead and add them.
You're welcome.
5
I mean, hold on.
all
I'm
metal
gonna put
ball
my
bearings.
inventory right now.
Which you could probably make thousands of if you gave Timmy an iron sword to break down.
Look, it was the experience,
good
it's the
to story.
journey, not
It's true.
the destination.
All right. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
As we're walking away from that stall, I'm gonna offhandedly be like, we should really learn how to make jerky.
Ugh.
You know, just in case we steal skin again, we'll know how to like not turn it into goop.
Do you know what else we could do? Like, it's probably similar, but like,
You're jerky.
what if we just learn how to like make it like a book, right? You know how like creepy necromancers and like skin paper.
Totally, we could learn how to make skin paper.
I
Yeah,
bet somebody knows how to do that, and we could learn how to do it.
Absolutely.
And also, that feels like it would be easy to store. It seems useful.
At the end of the day, skin is leather, right? So like, you just do the same shit that you do. It's like we got hunters in this group.
Wait.
At this point, Saphira is like looking at them like, do you think that I'm the fucked up one?
If technically skin is leather, what would happen if I put like flesh into my workshop as a material?
We should try this later. Do we have any of that deer skin left?
Hey, like, why not? We could have taken the whole thing with us. Yeah.
Well, we're definitely trying this later.
All right,
Yeah,
stuff
you just gotta like just throw it out in the sun or some shit, right?
I'll get you a whole deer. Just put the whole deer in it, like
We'll see what sticks.
See what happens. Joe just sadly waiting
No,
for us to bring Jimmy's legacy item.
It's open to
Start putting
anything
everything
like
in
that.
here. We need to see.
Yeah.
That's the first time. Anytime we loot anything from now on, we're like, wait, let's see if we put it in here if it does anything.
I'm sure there's like a YouTube channel like will it blend, right?
Workshop.
So that he can start his own theatre production show.
Oh
Timmy started a YouTube channel.
I'm gonna have to make that a whole bard class now for Timmy.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Alright,
There's
well,
something wrong with our party.
it really, really is.
So,
By the way, Joe, because I don't think you saw it, Strippin's mic hasn't been working, and it keeps cutting out. So if we want to do a break at some point, he's gonna swap out to his old PCs.
Yeah.
Hop off and try to swap PCs. Yeah.
as soon
Let's do that.
as we are done in the camp, Sam, you want to do it now? You ready to do it now? I can do a little break now. That's fine by me.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. All right. Sam's going to fix up his microphone. We'll see you real shortly. Go get a drink. Go get a snack. We'll be right back. Hey, that rhymed. That was good.
You're a
Good job.
bard.
Thank you.
Impressive.
Thank you. Hi, chat. Just whilst we wait for Sam to get back, I wanted to say that all of the thanks for all those subs, etc. that came in. All of the art you see right now on the screen is all fan art, or even drawn by some of our cast members. If you do want to submit any fan art, go ahead and put it into the Godforged Discord in the fan art section, and you will be able to see them come up on here for the break screens every week. I try and piece them all together for them. So thank you for everyone who has drawn art for the shirts. Awesome to see it come alive through the artists and imaginations and whatnot. We'll be continuing just shortly once Sam gets back, and some cool stuff to come. See you soon. right, chat. I think we're going to bring things back up. Sam is going to be working on his tech issues. I'll just fix up the cams until he gets back. Oh, that was a sudden cut. Hold on, let me bring up everyone. Here you go. Tech issues are the most frustrating thing ever for people. I feel this pain.
They're terrible.
Let me fix up the cams. So, I thought he was just being quiet today. I didn't realize he was trying to talk the whole time. I feel bad that we're speaking over.
No.
I was telling everybody this issue is like been happening more and more and more.
Mm-hmm.
And he was literally just saying like, I feel like I really need to just take my whole system apart and put it back together with like the old PC. And then
so frustrating.
messaged me saying that it's died like 7 or 8 times just in the time that we had been streaming so far. So he was like, I can't even, I might as well not be here. You know, I can't play really. So
yeah, it's sad because he's got a dual setup for his PC as well, right? They
So he's basically resetting it up so that it's just working off of the one and then the other one that's having issues.
Makes sense.
Try to figure out how to fix.
Alrighty. Well, Skull can be quiet for a little bit. That's
okay.
all good. Alrighty. Well, what's happened there? So, you're all in this camp together. You've just visited a couple of the merchants. Is there anything else you'd like to do in the camp?
Yeah, I want to find the circus people. Can we call them that? Is that rude?
Sure.
I don't know.
Yeah, you can call them whatever you like. It's just what they might call you back. Yeah, you look around. You'd probably first see a group kind of huddled together over in like the western portion of the campsite, and I'd say you'd kind of roll an investigation check or perception check. Either or, depending. Investigations if you're looking around, you're asking around for it, or perceptions if you're just.
21 investigation.
Yeah, I would say that you could probably notice. Technically, it probably would have been more insight, but no, it's fine. You notice that the group over in the western portion are kind of wearing clothing like they are going for like a night out kind of thing, and they, a couple of them have brought like fun little hats to wear and stuff, and there's like a little portion of fans over to the west. And if you wander over there, one of them just instinctively moves aside to let you have a seat. Has everyone gone with, or what are you guys doing?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
One of them moves aside. Oh, kind of a young lady. She's wearing, got her hair flicked back. She's wearing like an open kind of border jacket, a little bit coloured. Kind of to get coloured textiles would probably cost a little bit more money. So she's wearing this kind of coloured outfit of like yellows and greens. Moved on to her kind of breeches below, and she looks across at you and goes, "Oh, have a seat. You here for the circus as well? Are you? More and more people coming into town."
Yeah, we just heard about it over there. This sounds exciting.
Yeah, we can't wait. You see her kind of look off, and you see this just amidst all the tents, and like an area which doesn't have many other tents around. There's a singular, probably one-person tent that is like a light red and white stripes, circus coloured, going up it. On the top of it, you've got this kind of green circlet on the top of it, like a wreath made of plants and flowers that are ever-changing colours and kind of lighting up the area. Almost being like LED flashing of lights, but it's all done through these flower petals that open up, letting out bright light, then fading, and in a different colour. Yellows and blues, then greens, and almost like a rainbow pattern going around it. Outside of that, you can see someone hammering a sign into the ground. The wood itself is like a red oak with like a circular sign. Big kind of writing on the front of it. The tent seems to sit on its own. She looks across to it and says, "Yeah, any day now. I think 4 or 5 days. 5 days is what we're thinking. Hopefully, it comes up earlier."
So, like, you're just gonna watch them set it up?
It's a yes.
Yeah. No, I'm not.
It's the circus of the count. It's going to be one of the
Circus
most marvelous things you've ever seen.
Like the Count runs the circus, or he's sponsoring the circus?
We don't know. None of us really know much.
Oh,
All we know,
this feels like a long con. Are there like a lot of circuses that happen
I've never been
around
to one.
here?
No one
Oh.
has, I don't think. The
Okay.
old man who's sleeping over there, he said he's been to one before, but not here, not in Wolfgard.
So the Circus of the Count. Well, what do you know about it? Like, what's gonna happen?
They're saying some of the most marvelous illusions. Someone who can lift entire mountains. They're so strong. There was someone who can swallow anything and survive. Someone who can change their form at will. There's all sorts. They're saying that it's going to be the most marvelous thing you've ever seen.
And it's free? They're just putting it on here?
They travel around. Wolfgard's their next destination.
That is really exciting, actually. How do we who do we talk to get tickets?
Probably the one over there. They're inside.
Okay.
This is very squirrely.
I know, I'm really nervous. Okay, I'll go up to try to like talk to the people she motioned to.
The
Gonna
person
get
she
murdered
motioned
by a
to,
circus cult.
kind of bald headed from the back, like a pale bluish colored skin from behind. You can see they're wearing like a kind of a large overcoat with like broader shoulders and a big collar that's like fur around it. When they turn, you would see that they have no face, and right in the
What?
center is a singular eye. No mouth, no nose, no ears, and they kind of tilt their head at you, and they just point down to the sign, and wander off to start kind of pegging in some of the corner of the circus tent posts. The actual tent itself is only a one-person tent. Like you'd walk in and it'd be big enough like a portaloo.
Okay.
sign
What's the sign
reads-
say?
Circus of the Count. And as you read it, you hear a voice kind of project it out. Each of you hearing it in your head. Circus of the Count. Witness the great marvels from across Valreath. Be part of the audience. Be part of the show. Come one, come all. On it, there's a picture of a figure holding up a mountain. Another is swallowing a tree. And another is playing recorder to a dog that blinks side to side.
Okay.
You see the tent flap move. In a long red and a yellow coat that extends down to the ground, almost like a wedding dress, stepping through, kind of pushed down to sides. Big suspenders pulled up. Slight pale makeup over his face. And hair that's kind of slicked back. You'd see a hobgoblin of like a pale red skin steps through. You can see he's kind of wearing this great big eye makeup. Slightly clown-like in his expression. And he smiles, a big broad smile to you all. Hello! Welcome.
Hello.
Thanks.
Are you the Count?
Not the Count, no.
Are you? Is there like a particular Count, or is this just like the name of it, like the Circus of the Count? Or is
Circus of the Count. We've been hired by the Count.
Oh, which Count?
Count of the area. Count Fairfax, of course.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
How do you spell that?
Fairfax. Fairfax.
okay. Well, this is really exciting. Apparently, there aren't really. Is this your first time in Wolfgard? Like they said, there's not really circuses around here.
He steps a little close. You notice that on his bottom half as well, he's kind of almost more like a satyr. A little hairier legs with hooved feet. He steps forward and goes, "Oh, I know not of other circuses, but our one is the best. We take you through a portal into a new realm. We will see marvels that you've never seen before. The most magnificent things that have ever been seen can be seen within the flaps of this tent. 5 days.
Like what?
You could see an entire man lift a mountain. You could see your history and past come together. Time being told. Traveling between realms. You could
What about the
see-
guy who eats stuff?
Yes. In fact, it is a lady. But she is capable of eating anything. Any poison, anything you give her. Any size, no worry. She will swallow it. And it'll be gone. She's very slender, too.
Even if it's like bigger than her mouth?
Even if.
It's
The
pretty
circus
cool.
of the Count is the greatest of all circuses, the greatest marvel, the greatest theatre you could ever see. And we offer you to be part of the show. Any who come to watch. No,
Fabio.
tickets are free, miss. Seats are limited, so.
Fabio will look at Fia pointedly and be like, well, I'm sold.
So
I think we should go.
definitely, I would like 6 tickets for me and my friends, 100%.
Yes.
But I do
He
have a
flicks a hand
question.
and he's got these kind of red stampled tickets
Oh,
that
shit,
show.
nice.
You'd see it 6 eyes in a circle around right in the center. You can just see a sprite that moves back and forth. He passes it to you.
6
almost like
eyes,
kind of an
not at all
ampersand.
creepy. All right.
The eyes seem to
I-
also follow the sprite on the ticket.
I have a question. When you say we're part of the show, do you mean like we're just watching the show, but like we're so excited that we feel like we're part of it? Or do you mean that like there's audience participation
There's
involved?
audience participation.
Okay.
Indeed.
Yeah, we really, looks that group, everybody here really loves audience participation.
Every
Good.
single one of us.
Yes.
Stares at Scold.
Yeah.
yeah,
Particularly the bear over there.
Yeah, he
he
just
really
throws
loved it a
that.
lot.
Basil's like, I would love to participate. That sounds really fun.
And you shall, sir. You come along to the circus, we'll put your name down, big guy. So, 6 tickets, good. Come by in 5 days for the greatest circus you've ever seen. Anyone here been to the circus before?
What is a circus?
It
Can I
is
ask a
theatre.
question?
Yep.
Would I need detect magic in order to tell if there's an illusion happening on this dude? Or could I just do an
No,
arcana
you
check
can
to see
do-
if there's magic?
I believe it's investigation check.
him.
Let me double check.
Oh yeah, to break like a disguise self.
If
or
he's
whatever.
reading as hobgoblin to us, but he's also satyr, and there's like elements of this like circus that sound like things that we could generally do, but maybe bumped up a notch, right? So I'm just curious whether or not
To
there's
see
like
through,
some illusion shit happening.
It should be
to see through disguise
investigation.
self, it's
Yeah,
just
investigation
investigation
check,
check.
please.
Come on.
Where's my sheet? There it is. 11. Man, with a plus 6
Yeah, you
as
got
well.
a +6 on that? Yowza.
Seems
No.
believable. You're seeing him as he is.
Goddamn, this guy.
All right. I'm sold too. This seems great.
I'm actually sold now.
Yeah, but maybe you could, kind of, just for those of us who've never been to a circus, just
Yes.
maybe explain what a circus is, aside from going through a portal, apparently, and watching people lift mountains and eat weird stuff.
Have you ever seen
How do you lift a
theatre
mountain and
before?
not like fuck up a lot of shit though?
Ah,
Right?
perhaps you do.
Yeah, what if they're, like,
Perhaps you do. Have you ever been to the theatre, please, tiefling lady?
What is a theater?
Several people go on stage and they lie. And the whole audience
Why would
claps.
I watch somebody lie?
It is enjoyable.
That does not make any sense.
A
I do not
circus.
try to look
When
super
people like me.
innocent?
Theatre is a bunch of people going on stage and lying, whilst the crowd claps enamored by it. The
Sounds
circus
like politics.
It partially is. The circus, however, is a bunch of people going on stage and telling the truth. Though you wish it was a lie, because it makes no sense how it happens. That is the difference between circus and theatre, and that is why you should come. We tell the truths that exist across the entirety of our wreath and the planes beyond. We tell them in a way that you think that we must be lying.
Okay, then. I guess I will give it a try.
Fantastic. 5 days.
Yeah, 5 days.
I bid you
Great.
adieu. If you need anything.
Okay.
Happy doo-doo to you as well.
Good luck with your setup.
He steps back in and disappears within the tent.
I'm sorry.
I'll pass out the tickets.
Oh my god. You have yourself
Maybe that's like a
6 tickets to the Circus of the Count.
maybe that's like a greeting where he's from, or like a farewell. Seems weird.
Yeah, what was that all about?
I don't know. I've never heard that one before. Seems strange.
Same.
Okay, cool. We have our tickets to the circus.
We do. Where'd you like to go now? What would you like to do?
To bed. Fabia needs it, obviously.
Yeah. She's still cracking herself up.
I said doo-doo to that guy.
You should try stand-up comedy for sure. I think you have a
think
real
so?
talent for it. Yeah, your timing is really good. Like your delivery is so deadpan. You should definitely try it.
Maybe I will. Maybe look, if this circus is like popping off and it's not like fey bullshit, maybe I'll just join the
You
circus.
just like jump up. They said audience participation. You should come up with some jokes and a whole
I
routine.
should.
And then during the circus,
jump
they
up
want
comedy.
audience participation. Just hop up there. I'm just saying. He said audience participation. It's like a thing they want to have happen. This would be a really good idea.
That's true. Yeah, you're right.
Okay, break Joe's circus. Okay, yeah, we could go to bed.
Yeah, okay.
I'm going to bed. Goodbye.
Everyone like to go to bed.
Before
Mhm.
Fia's gonna snag a solo tent.
Okay.
And then before
Why,
bed,
so you can make secret phone calls.
So she's furiously writing out a comedy routine. She just doesn't want anyone else to see it yet.
Fabia's like, I need a tent to myself as well to start my new career.
Oh god, it's breaking the group apart already. No. So, she hadn't told anybody yet because she was a little freaked out. But she's gonna take the bird out,
Mhm.
and one more time she's gonna say its command word. So he opens up and looks at her, and she's gonna think about on Mythos and see if she can try to send a message to this guardian dragon and see what happens.
Okay.
Um,
It lights up.
so if it lights up, she's gonna just be like, I didn't really know if it would light up, so I didn't have a message ready. So now I can like, you're gonna be like, hi, I'm Fia. Did you know Magnus free? Should we be worried? On our way to stop him. But that's all she'll say.
A moment passes and nothing happens. No video comes on. You hear a voice in your head.
Okay.
Greetings, Fia. I am on Mythos. Curious of you to message me. Don't do it again. I know about Magnus. And it cuts off.
Oh shit.
100% she busts out of that tent and like rustles the flaps of everyone else's tents. Guys. I just decided to try something I didn't really know if it would work. You know how I could like just send messages through TAC? And I was like, you know, we're going on an adventure and we maybe really could use some help on it and like aren't really sure exactly where we're looking.
Who'd you call? What happened? Who did you call?
I tried to call on Mythos and he responded. I feel like I should say to start off that he said I shouldn't do it again. So I don't know that he's going to be a great resource. But one, he's real. Two, he definitely knows Magnathor's free. I was like, maybe give us some tips.
Right?
Well, I don't know that he sounded that friendly, but he definitely knew. Do you remember when I tried to message Silk and I was like, hey, has anything weird happened to the Silk didn't really know what I was talking. I only have 25 words. It's hard sometimes. Anyway, Silk was like, no, everything seems fine here. I was like, what if it was like an alarm that was tripped, right? When Magnathor got out? And then I thought, shit, what if there wasn't? And then on Mythos doesn't know. This could be bad. So I just thought maybe I would try to message him. And I don't think he's a fan of calls.
No, but like he doesn't need to be jazzed about hearing from us in order to like,
yeah.
If he knows that stuff's going on, that means he's probably involved and probably on our side, even if we're not bros, right?
Yeah. So I was kind of hoping he'd be like, to foil Magnathor, you need an eye of newt and a sword from a stone. Right? Like,
I can't believe you contacted me. We should totally date.
Okay, well, I don't know that I need to be like dating anyone right now. We're traveling around a lot.
To that goof, but okay.
Like, I'm not really ready for like a serious relationship at this point.
Sure, okay.
But
you can't contact him again anyway. He made it pretty clear where his boundary is. So.
I mean, like I can. It's just that it would be like I have the ability to. It'd be a really bad idea.
Right.
I don't want to be stuck in some like weird tomb. Yeah. But anyway, I thought it would be like, oh, when I trapped him, his weakness is ice cream. I don't know, right? Yeah, he didn't really give me anything.
And what if he thinks we can't do it? He thinks we're like just bugs to him.
Ah, that's probably it. He's like,
actually, I'm kind of insulted by that.
He doesn't know us. Why doesn't he know
but
us?
also like
Famous.
Obviously, we know some shit because we know that he got out. Oh shit! What if he thinks that like we let him out? And then we're just like,
how often do you think people try and message him?
I don't know. Do people even know he's real? I just thought like I wonder.
You didn't know he was real, and you tried anyway, dude.
Yeah, because I'm like
bro. We gotta make a list of people that were positive or fake, and you gotta
Santa
just
Claus.
try once a day. Just
The
once
King
a
of
day, you gotta start
Canada.
trying to hit him up.
The King of Canada would be a good one.
It's definitely fake. We're definitely trying him tomorrow. That whole place is fake. So that is a really good idea, though. We should definitely just sit down and be like,
do we know any dragons? We should just start hitting up all the dragons and be like, who's alive?
Do we get the dragon's name, the one from the ship?
No, but we could message her anyway because we know her.
Oh
Okay.
shit, that's true.
She would love a call from us
You have
for
to,
sure.
you have to be
We'll
familiar
call it
with someone to
tomorrow.
message them.
Should we tell her that
I've met them in some
Mythos
means.
didn't care? No, because she didn't really care. She just was like,
Also,
Interesting.
again, just establishing, just because on Mythos doesn't want to chat with us about shit doesn't mean that he doesn't care or isn't doing stuff. You know.
He's doing like cool dragon stuff.
Yeah, he might be doing cool dragon stuff. He might be like, I'm sorry, Fia. I'm too busy to be in a relationship right now. I'm doing cool dragon stuff.
I am not ready to be in a relationship right now.
Noted.
Especially with someone that I really have only talked to once.
Right, that's fair.
That's, yeah.
You don't even know him, you know?
Yeah, that's definitely, I think that's where my boundary is.
Ooh.
Is like, I have to have talked to them for at least like 3 times before I'm ready to
75
like
words.
go any further. Yeah, 75 words. Let's make it even 100, 4 times. I would have like 4 messages. Like an even 100 words.
When you say it that
To
way.
know whether or not.
I feel like you need more than that.
Especially if you count all the awkward, like, if that counts as a word, then you definitely would need more.
Okay.
So, I mean, I guess there's nothing new. We still know we gotta find Abatha and like, right? That's who we're looking for here, and she could tell us more about Magnathor. But like, he's real, which is sort of cool, and still alive, also cool.
That is cool. You should use it to try and say what's up to Magnathor.
I kind of want to. Should we do that tomorrow?
Yes. Every single day, we should message Magnathor being like,
So,
what's up? What you doing?
so obviously, I don't want to get like. Obviously, every morning, I try to contact my mom, right? And
Right. More important.
she's
I get that.
definitely like dead or on another plane, and I'm really rooting for like on another plane. And she's real good at stuff, so she's probably on another plane. She's probably fine. She's like a very capable woman, right? Like she's okay. But I still check every day just in case she's back. I could just add like Magnathor to my list. They did go to another plane, so it might not work like if they're still there.
Oh,
But I could
shit,
just
you're
be
right.
like,
But if it does work, then you'll know, like, they're back, baby. They're fucking up some shit somewhere else. Maybe that's not good for us to know.
maybe then they could tell where we are though,
Yeah,
or
can
they
like
would
reverse
start
track this thing? I don't know.
Can they?
spying
Oh,
on
I don't
us.
know. We'll just wait until we're surrounded by
Okay.
werewolves and then be like, Magnathor, how's it going?
What if I like?
You
would
should
they
come
know?
attack us.
Okay, wait. I have a DM question. If you're sending a message to someone, okay, go with me on this. So I just sent, like, if I send a message to my mom, and let's say she picks up, right? And she's like, oh, it's Fia. 1, because she could hear my voice. 2, she could see me, right? What if I alter self so that I look like Timothy, but then I try to send a message to my mom? Would my mom think it was Timothy sending her a message, or would she still know it was me? Like, could I disguise myself and be like, fuck you, Magnathor, we're coming for you? And, like, would he know it was me?
We can prank him? Can we prank Magnathor?
Technically, yes.
Technically, yes, he would know it was still me, or technically he would think it was someone else if I had their voice and, like...
Technically, you'd think
Can
it's
we
someone
like
else.
can we like prank him with like you know,
Poop on his
people that he
doorstep?
sent to like kill us?
Yeah.
And be like
that,
I've
like...
taken care of those pesky kids.
Right, like
And
the Rakshasar or whatever, and be like, hey, boss, I took care of those assholes.
Let me look at the birds.
Okay, anyway, save that just in case we need to do it at some
put a pin
point.
in that idea.
So,
I'll just put that in my notes.
technically, by the sending spell, it is that the creature hears the message in its mind, recognizes you as the sender if it knows you, and can answer in a like manner immediately. But because it says if it knows you, I'm very much of the mind where I interpret that as if you are trying to be familiar.
Right. Basil has better
Especially
performance, we can
with
have him.
TAC, as TAC is an external sending machine, I would say you could prank with it. Yeah.
Oh hell yeah!
Not, you know,
We
of
should
course,
just like prank the king for like memes, you know. Like,
not that we would do anything like this. I just want to know that we could.
we can prank Esha.
You guys are gonna be the reason someone wants to-
Saphira.
Someone's going to want to bring back the drought because of you guys.
Yeah, it's just like, fuck this sending No, turn off all magic. This is bullshit. These assholes just keep calling me every night at like 11:30.
Well,
I'm trying to sleep.
You're going to give someone out there the idea to start their own like telemarketing company with clerics sending.
God.
What's that? Do you remember that prank call show with puppets? That's what we're doing. Like,
No.
just like dressing up like
You mean the
someone
Muppets?
else. No, the puppet.
No, I know.
prank
I'm
call
just
show.
Crank yankers.
Crank yankers. Thank you. Okay. Anyway, sorry.
Okay.
Right. Okay. I guess. Anyway, that's not really actionable news. Well, it sort of is because we know that
Mhm.
Onmythus is on it and doesn't like to be cold, so I probably won't call him again. Yeah. Okay. I guess we could go to bed now. Although that said, before a long rest, Fia would try to read some more of the headaches.
Okay. Knock off a couple hours.
All right.
All right. Does anyone want to do anything before you rest up? Or are you going to rest up for the night to head on? Okay.
Rest up.
I'll change for your sake, players, to the Wolfgard map so you can kind of see where you are.
Good.
For you, you have just reached the crossroads here. Between Tithmore and Dawnhaven. So in the morning, you wake to more people coming in and out of the gather round, and gather your things. Is there anything you want to do in there before you set out, or?
Message No, I'm kidding. No, I'm sorry.
We have to one
He
time.
will hate you.
One
I've
of these
always
days.
hated you.
It's true. Now you are familiar with them now.
Yeah.
You can't just prank call anyone. You have to be familiar with them. So you have to
Okay.
have seen them.
And I know we should be careful. This as a clerk, I know there's ways to find people.
Yeah,
good
I was
enough.
gonna say let's not just like what we don't
I
see
wanna
yet
prank
because we're
people.
not like good enough is there's like 8 like scrying eyes on us at all times right now, just pissed at us like. Oh no, I'm good. I'm not gonna.
So, setting out onto the main road, heading west now, closing in on Temple Woods. You're only about 4 hours out before you'd hit the woodlands. The road here, carrying on, is the same as it was before. Moors and flatlands, hills as they kind of ascend towards the north, but you're heading west where it's less hilly. Eventually, you'll come across the sound of the river in the distance. It's wide. There's a bridge built across it. And it's built to rise, this bridge, if pulled from either side. So it's got these contraptions on the side with gears that kind of let it pull up like a kind of a bridge that would be used to have a ship go between. But the bridge is currently down. The river runs fast enough in this area to be dangerous, kind of gushing down a little bit like you kind of see the white frothy water as it kind of comes down rocks, kind of creating a bit of a rapids over the bridge, under the bridge, sorry. And you can see the woods just in the distance beyond. Further north west of you is where Old Blue's house and estate would be, and the direction you're giving towards that. Directly ahead are the Temple Woods, where you'd find the werewolves, and supposedly where they're hunting. After an hour or so, you close in on the distant pines. It's thicker than the last woodland. The trees are closer together. It seems to kind of span for a couple of miles northward, branching out next to the road, along with kind of going further in. You can see that most of the ones which are encroaching on the roadside, they've cut down, kind of clearing up a lot of free land, which is common in Wolfgard that you've seen so far, is that the road has a lot of visuals side to side, so you can actually kind of see if anything's sneaking up on you. But the woodlands up ahead, no road leads into it. What would you like to do?
So, okay. So the area we need to go, you're saying there isn't like a direct
No, you have to
route.
go
There's
off-road
like
now.
a safe route.
You'd be off-road into the woods now.
I mean, we just go in, yeah?
We really should have asked for like directions in the last place we were, huh?
Ah, we'll be
Best
fine.
way-
We know it's in there. Gestures to woods. We know it's in there somewhere. Look, I'll keep my peepers a peeping, my earballs a ballin'. I'll walk ahead. It'll be fine. I'll try not to get eaten, you know? Oh shit. They're probably, their noses work well.
Yeah, and I'm not so good at hiding
That's fine.
or not smelling.
It'll be all right. I think.
All right, I'll go.
You going in?
Wait, how does this circlet work? Hold on 1 second.
Do you need to put? Is it in your thing? Yeah, it's in your thing, right? Yeah.
It's in chat.
It's in the
Hold
chat.
on.
Okay. Yeah. The woodlands themselves, you'd see the grass around this area is it's greener. It gets a lot more rainfall up this area. You'd see the kind of very land itself in the direct in front of you where the woods are. You can see for a little while into the actual woodlands, just trees and mazes of them. But then you can start to see bushes, and it starts to become far denser the further in you look. But you are essentially just going into a kind of an untamed woodlands.
I'll try and keep myself like 30 feet ahead of everybody,
Mhm.
like progressing sort of carefully and trying to like listen out for anything.
Is there any form of path from like being traveled from people going through here?
You could search for one. You'd have to go further up the road. But straight where you are now, no. People don't seem to veer off the road that much here. This is very much going into nature.
I'm gonna leave this up to people who are good at this, like Fabia. Then follow behind, because I'm not gonna be.
Can I do a perception check with advantage because I'm hearing for things?
Okay, what are you trying to hear for? Just any sounds or?
Yeah, I'm trying to differentiate between like big creature versus small creature if I hear big creatures moving around.
Mm-hmm. Okay, go for it.
22.
Yeah, I would say you listen for a little while, close your eyes and kind of focus your ears, and at first you can hear kind of the rustling of bushes and small game or kind of small things rushing around. At one point you'd hear heavy footprints running, and then kind of a bleat in the distance. Just in kind of the woods where you go into here. You listen for a little bit longer. You hear the dragging sound. Something being pulled along in the woods. Quite far away. Straight west into the woodlands.
I would message that to Fia.
Fia tells the rest of group, maybe it's just a deer. Maybe they're just dragging a dead deer. Maybe it's fine.
What is dragging a dead deer?
I don't know, people. Big people.
During that conversation, you'd also hear in distance the soft sound of kind of like it sounds like something scraping a tree quite far off, a bit northwest.
I'm gonna message again and say, should I get closer? I'm down to.
I think so, yeah. Right? Guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll
All right.
message back, yes.
Okay. Just stay here, cause and then she'll she'll get closer.
Okay.
Okay, so stealth, I assume.
Yep, please.
28. Wonderful.
Okay.
The wind. And yeah, I want to try to get close enough that I can either see something in the distance or hear it more clearly to understand what is happening.
After a few minutes of walking and stealthing through the trees, you would see just in the distance kind of this shape being made out. It almost looks like Scold's kind of size, with kind of brownish fur going down it with a lighter one on the top head. It's got a large kind of body of a bear with the head of an owl. And you can see an owlbear
Oh, an owlbear.
scratching its back against a tree with a dead deer, similar to the one that Saphira had hunted, straight in front.
Right.
Before it leans down, grabs the body, and drags it into a little cave. You don't see any sign of a wolf.
Okay.
Most small game you'd see, or small animals you'd see in this area, just kind of avoided that as well.
Okay. I would wait until it was like decidedly in the cave and then try to kind of sneak backwards.
Okay.
It's just some dude bringing home dinner.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, once I got back to everybody, I'd be like, do I know what an owlbear is?
I'd say you would, actually, yeah. Because you grew
Okay.
up in woodlands and stuff, so...
There's an owlbear. Don't get me wrong, they're huge, but not a werewolf, so...
Are werewolves like stealthy? How come we haven't found them yet?
I mean, you've only gone about... This woodland goes
I
on for
know.
many miles. You
I
guys
know.
come 100 meters in.
Thea's already
this is
slightly
like that
bored.
goof. Yeah, this is like that goof of somebody like hanging from a thing and being like, no, no, I'm gonna die. And then the camera pans out and you're like,
One
far
foot
from
the
the
ground.
Yeah. What time of day is it?
I mean, you would have woken up in the morning.
Yeah, so it's like still
Traveled,
fairly
yeah,
early,
midday.
right? Okay.
Cool.
All right.
I guess
Let's
I would say let's like shift to the side a little bit because I'd rather the owlbear not
yeah.
know that we're around. So if we could like,
Bypass
yeah,
owlbear. Yeah, we can do that.
cool.
Okay.
So yeah, I think we would continue to progress the way that we were, but try to kind of give the owlbear's cave a birth.
Okay. Yeah, you travel up for a little while, long enough that you kind of deem this is probably out of its smelling
question.
range and sight range. Yeah. Go for it.
What do we actually like? I was just being silly there, but what do we actually know about werewolves? Like
It's a great question.
collectively as a party, what would we know? Like they can turn into like a
didn't
weird
ask any-
wolf person.
We didn't ask any questions.
Yeah, right. I mean, like Fia would know a
Because
little bit.
we as players are like,
Yeah.
werewolf.
Oh, we know about werewolves. But like Fia would know a little bit because of her background. But like what is conventional wisdom about werewolves? What do we like actually
That's a
know?
good question. Yeah.
Just like
It
wandering
depends
around.
what you're trying to find out. So, do you want to know about the magic behind it? Do you want to know about the nature of them? Do you want to know about
I think specifically where I was going with it was so it's midday.
Yeah.
And we're like just walking through the woods, like let's just find some werewolves. So like,
Mhm.
Is it a thing like, oh, they're only werewolves during a full moon, and then during the day they're just like normal
Okay,
people?
I can give
or
you that
like,
information off
that
the hand for
kind
you,
of
Fia, because
Yeah.
you've obviously learned about them. You know that werewolves aren't bound to a particular site of the moon. Though during a full moon, they tend to grow more aggressive. This just seems to be more of a cycle than anything else. There are hybrids, though it's rarer and usually requires kind of a leader. But the general thorn of a werewolf is that they don't, once they've been inflicted with the curse and they fall under the curse, they can't change back and they become animalistic. They're more nocturnal hunters, but it isn't unfound that one might hunt during the day. They are like wolves. They are opportunists with the hunts, and hunt whenever they can and whenever they're hungry.
Okay. Okay. So, yeah. So, like, I guess if it's the middle of the day, they could be like potentially sleeping or quieter, right? So, like, I don't know. I guess that's just something to consider as we wander through the woods looking for them. Like, maybe they're not out right now. But, like, maybe we could find where they're sleeping or whatever, I guess. And we just know... Hold on, what did they tell us? It just said pack sighting. It didn't really say, like, how many, right? Let me... at my notes. No.
I think it's just a small pack.
4 or 5 of them.
Mhm.
No attacks yet. That's what they thought was 4 or 5 of them. Okay. Anyway, carry on.
Okay. So you head up further north to a point where you feel like it might be a little safer. I'd say after a little while of walking and when you feel safer, you would come across an area which is tread on, as in it's kind of walked into the woods this way. Grass is flattened. Some of the grass hasn't grown back from whatever's come off the road going in that way. Still dense forest nearby, but this would probably be a better place to enter than before.
Cool.
You head into the woods?
Let's do it.
I guess so.
Head into the woods. What pacing are you going at? Are you going at a normal pace? Are you stealthing? Are you rushing?
If we want to do the thing where I'm ahead and I'm like trying to scout, basically, I would be going pretty carefully, which I think would mean the rest of the group would have to be going carefully to maintain distance from me.
Jogging through the woods. Hello,
Yeah,
werewolves.
so-
Okay. So everyone roll a stealth check then, please.
Oh,
My favorite. And Timmy.
Wait,
Um,
Basil takes
I'll
a
do it
moment to
for-
cast Pass Without a
yes.
Trace.
Yeah.
How long does that last? I don't even actually know if that's a good
let me
idea.
get up
let me
this thing.
see.
Has someone else got Basil's sheet as
It
well?
lasts
I
for
do.
a while,
It's an
if I
hour.
recall.
Oh shit. Well then, yeah, right.
Mm.
There you go.
Saved by the basil.
All right, so everyone roll
Then
your
that's a
stealth
plus
check
10?
and add 10.
Is that right?
Straight 10 to it, yeah.
Fuck, that's so good.
Also, if someone could roll Basil's stealth, I'll
Yeah, I
roll
will.
Sam's stealth for him. That's a 13.
Oh, I have to
Oh,
roll
wow,
again
wow.
because disadvantage. Maybe I'll get a 1.
Oh my god.
Get a
Okay.
1.
What
I mean,
the
you had
fuck are
10.
these rolls?
You had
Thank
10.
God.
So, I mean, it's 12.
Yeah, you add 10.
It's still
Thank
12.
God for Pass Without a Trace. What the fuck?
Basil's is the second. Basil's was the 9.
Yeah, you would notice that when Basil kind of releases this part of that trace, that all your feet kind of feel a little bit lighter. But like, for you, like Timothy, you notice yourself stepping on like a twig quite hard, but it just snaps a little quieter than it usually would. The magic kind of concealing it.
I still step on it.
Yeah, you can't help yourself but be kind of clown-footed here. And you would have made a lot more noise if not for the pass without a trace. But you pass into the woodlands. What means, up front as well, Fabian, and anyone else who wants to, what means do you want to try and track the werewolves?
I think that Fabia. I don't think that it's like power gaming at all to say that Fabia would have been raised in a very like, here is what it looks like when you leave a trace.
Mhm.
And so she knows what to look for, like broken branches, footsteps, like things like that. Things that I was encouraged while growing up to not leave behind.
Okay.
So
yeah.
she would try and find those sorts of things.
I'd roll a. Give me a survival check and an investigation check, Fabia. Is anyone else doing anything? Whilst Fabia's up front doing.
Survival bad.
Okay, so survival-wise, you're probably not used to this kind of climate and this type of woodland. So you're not finding as much like in the way of, man, this is the kind of tree that it might have like gnawed on and stuff, you know. So you're struggling there. But With the 17 on the investigation check, it takes a little while before you come across anything at all. At first, you found like footprints that went through here. Annoyingly enough, not much after that. But you keep pushing through a little bit. And then you find your first sign, which is a paw print. It seems larger than a normal wolf's. You found previous ones along the way, but you didn't find anything like this. You found the first one, and you find a second. You notice that the way the footing is, I'd say with your passive in kind of intelligence as well, that this creature isn't on four legs, it's bipedal, by the way that the footprints are kind of planted together. There's points where it disappears, with not much in the way of, like, the ground's quite hard here, it's quite rocky, so it's hard to make a footprint. So you can kind of deduce that this was the softer ground, like wet ground from rain. Is anyone else doing anything, by the way?
No.
I would message the image of the paw print to Fia and say, illusion this for everybody, so everyone knows what they look like.
Yeah, I would do that. I guess Skull
Smart.
could like do a sniff around, right? Doesn't he have
Do a
like
sniff
advantage to
check.
like?
Yeah.
That's true.
Right, he could do a
Yeah.
sniff check.
Sniff
right?
check.
Sniff check.
Oh yeah.
Well,
yeah,
yeah,
do
sniff.
a
For
sniff
armpits
check
in
from
this
That's
Skull.
what it's called now.
Can we get a vibe
Canon.
check on this? On the woodlands?
Yeah, right.
Bad vibes here in this wood. Bad vibes.
Oh, fuck.
All right. Let me do a little
Right. What about the sniff check there?
with advantage. So, okay, he rolls the 21.
Pretty good.
Yeah, I would say in the distance, Scold is picking up on a similar scent to wolves, which you probably would have come across timber wolves in Fjordhelm. Similar scent to that, along with the smell of smoke in the distance as well. Fabi, you would have also come across, after a little while, following the paw prints, kind of getting yourself a little bit of a, you're looking for clues. You've got yourself a direction now. You move through, you see where some bushes have been pushed aside, and you're thinking, something has to be at least a couple £100 to push this bush and knock it over this much. Twigs broken. You come across, on one tree, you just see 3 straight kind of talon claws that have scratched against a tree. You're pretty sure you're on the right way. Roll another investigation check, please, Fabia.
Okay. Natty.
Natty for a 26.
Whether that means anything or not in this situation, but it's a 26.
Still feels good anyway.
It still feels good to see the green.
You would see, you'd start to pick up exactly, when you see the claws, you kind of almost go into pure Sherlock mode, and you're like seeing, the figures. You start to follow the path entirely. Messing it back, you can just move forward, see all the downtrodden grass. There's one point where you'd even come across a skeleton, for the most part, with bits of its flesh still there that are kind of on the corners. Bits that have been hard to get at. And you can just make
Bits
out...
of flesh. Hold on.
Well, this would be kind of... This is probably a good, 3 or 4 days old. But you'd notice that it's been eaten and gnawed away at. The only bits that have been left are the bits that have been harder to get at. Even bits of the bone have been bitten into. You start to look at the clamp of the teeth and you think, okay, it must have quite a large jaw. So you start to work out, okay, this is making sense. And then off the corner of your eye, you see, just through the pines, just a slight slimmer, you see distant smoke to the west. And then you'd find, just down to the left, if you'd pass that way, you'd find another 3 scratches. And this time, like a patch of stained wood, where the bottom of the pine wood is darkened and almost a little bit yellow. And getting close enough, you can smell almost quite a pungent, something's left its mark here. And
Gross.
the smoke is off in the distance. That's what I'd say you'd get.
Mhm.
You can see the footprints still lead that way, if you want to follow.
I would message all of that to Fia.
Tell us rest of group.
Thoughts?
I guess head towards the. Does it look like? Sorry, does it look like the marks were going towards like the smoke?
It looks like the creature has passed through here.
Okay. I mean, I guess we want to stay on the trail of the thing that we think is a werewolf, right? And then maybe it goes towards the smoke, maybe it doesn't.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
You travel for a little while more. And closing in on the smoke, you would then start to, I'd say, roll a perception check with hearing this time. Everyone's still going off the same stealth checks.
Nat 20 again.
Nice.
Jeepers.
All
27.
right, show off.
You
Yeah.
can make out in the distance conversation, and you can even make out. You can hear a fire crackling, you hear smoke going up, and you can hear people talking in the distance. You hear slight bits of the conversation. It's still good, like a few hundred meters away from you, but with your ears, and you manage to get the kind of the wind blows just right to kind of travel the sound.
Hmm.
And you hear kind of the slight talking of someone's. Don't know where it's gone. Yeah, you should get out there and find it. And somebody else. I don't want to. And then you hear, like, okay. Well, look, we can go looking at night. It's fine. Check the road. We'll circle our way back. We can find it. And it's a lot of conversation and talking. You hear kind of the fire starts interrupting the conversation as they start clearly cooking something. You hear the crackling fire. And it's mostly just distant sounds at this point in the conversation. Sounds like there's a group, though.
I'm going to send Sophia. I hear a group. They're talking about finding something. I don't know if they're werewolves unless I see them. So I'm going to get a little closer.
Okay. Fia will relay that to the group. And then be like, okay, well, let's go a little closer we can hear her if she needs us.
I think they might be because they're talking about waiting until nightfall to do something. But I'm going to go look. I think you guys should stay here. I'll be back.
Okay, Fia will...
I have a +10 to my stealth, so I feel pretty good about like sneaking in and like peeping and then sneaking out, but we'll see.
Fia will let everybody know.
How will she know if they're werewolves if it's not night?
Well, no, if they're like kind of werewolfy all the time, though, like if they can't,
It's, like,
if they're at
kinda
the point,
hairy?
well, like if they're at the point where they can't like change back, then they'll just look like werewolfy, and I guess
Hopefully.
still be able to talk a little bit. I don't know. We're gonna find out. What if it's just like a bunch of dudes hanging out, like on a camping trip? So awkward.
Fabia.
Okay.
Yeah.
Slipping forward, can you please roll another stealth check for me?
30.
Oh
so it's
my
a 40.
god.
Jesus Christ.
Just to overkill it, you know.
You are
Yeah. Right.
absolutely silent as you close in. Wait, what's past without a trace's range?
Oh yeah, it might have a range.
Bring it
It's
up.
only 30 feet around Basil.
Yeah, so it would
Oh,
be
okay.
30, but I mean 30.
Yeah.
Ugh, 30. What a like,
Yeah.
shitty
God.
roll. Ugh.
Could have been 40.
As you break away from the group and you kind of slip ahead for a little while, getting closer, you realize you're making no sound at all. And you see up ahead, in a clearing, you'd start to see the crackling fire. You can see 5 figures sat around it, silhouetted by the flames and the trees around you first. And you slip a little closer, going through the bushes. Roll a perception check for just what you see when you come into the clearing.
Do you see werewolves? Roll a perception check.
9. Oh, what? I practiced twice. I'm not sure why.
Oh, okay.
A 9.
Generally, you wouldn't see anything that is. You're kind of focused straight on the center. You notice quite close to you is a spike going up with a werewolf's head embedded on it. You can tell the difference between that and a wolf because it's kind of got more humanoid features, and it's embedded on the top of it. The spike, its tongue kind of long out of its mouth.
Rival bounty hunters.
I think they're werewolf hunters.
You'd see.
Trying to take our bounty.
Interestingly enough, with werewolves, they don't seem to rot in the same way. There's no maggots, there's nothing like that, no flies in it. You'd see around the campfire various traps, tents, and not tents. They're all on bedrolls, as they seem to be nomadic. You'd see a human sat down next to a who's kind of wears kind of like a back of a tabard. You'd see its clothing's kind of a little bit ragged, has patched of kind of sewn in leather mixed in with like this kind of slight chainmail underneath. But you'd see it's kind of like a makeshift mercenary like armor. But the tabard seems to fit the soldiers of Sunrise. You'd see beside them another human with a bow beside them. Kind of a deeper tanned skin from behind, hair up in a tight ponytail. Kind of angular features. Looking like a Jawa.
I have a really cold nose.
So cold.
My nose is like frozen, and I've just been sitting here like trying to do this to like warm it up. Like I don't know why it's so cold. It's just like really chilly nose, man. I'm just trying to heat up my nose. Keep going. I feel like I'm in like Wolfgard right now.
Yeah, it's fitting. It's
Your
the immersion. This is what Sophia's doing in a bush.
Yeah.
There's another across the way. You can see what seems to be an elven lady with kind of a more like a whitish blonde hair, wearing kind of a slight robe that goes down to her knees. Interestingly, the most interesting people of the party, you'd see a rat person, rat folk, sat kind of hunched over, and he's gnawing at like kind of just like skewers of meat and sticking more. You see the human kind of knightly fellow grabs his wrist and goes, "No more. You've had enough." And pulls it back, and you see, and across from them, you'd see. I'm trying to think if you've ever seen one of these creatures, but I don't think you have. You'd see a pig man, a kind of a pig face, kind of stout, and when it laughs, you hear kind of like a, and the five of them all kind of just chatting, and bless you,
Bless you.
bless you. So you're looking at
Allergic to pigmen.
and. You'd see it kind of laughing until the knight just kind of glances at it and it kind of goes quiet. Just sat around the campfire. You can't really make out. Well, actually, you'd roll a perception with hearing if you want to make out the conversation.
24.
Yeah, I'd say you make out them. You'd hear. Eat only what you need. We'll find it at night, but you should keep awake, Dissa. If you don't mind. No meditating. The rest of you, might as well get some rest. We'll be active all night. Nap, whatever you have to do. And no more food. If I see you reach for any more, I'll let you starve for next day. And then they start getting into idle chit-chat, so I'm like, what are you going to do with the cash? You see kind of the rat kind of lean across and look at the elf. I think I might buy a little house somewhere on this surface. Just buy a cave. Dig it down to the Underdark, you know. Like a quick access house. And I kind of looked at him and goes, you wouldn't know where to buy it. No one would sell to you. Yeah, they would.
Wow.
And they kind of, you see them kind of having like quite vicious banter with each other. Insulting each other.
Can I ask if I see something specific?
Mm-hmm.
I might not know what they look like though. I was gonna ask if I could see specifically silver weapons on them.
Ooh.
But I don't know that I would know what they look like really, like the difference between metals, you know.
Well, don't we have
you like you or use Fabia? Because
Fabia.
silver's definitely okay.
But
You could
but
say
like
roll a perception
Saphira
check.
had one
Roll-
that was like silver versus.
No, she had mithril.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mithril is
Yeah.
a different color entirely. It's blue.
11.
Yeah, all their weapons seem to be sheathed at least. The quiver isn't. The quiver has got the arrows with the kind of the ends pointing out, but you don't see any weapons on site.
Okay. I feel like I've got like a good vibe. The vibe check worked, I feel like. I'm gonna try to sneak back to the group.
Okay.
Do I need to roll stealth again?
If you want to go stealthily.
What does that
This is
mean?
where the final
Another
fail
natural
roll.
20.
Oh my
Jesus
God.
Even quieter on the way back. Even quieter on the way back with a 31. You
Cool.
right back at the
Yeah.
group?
He basically doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll come back and I'll go around behind the group and then jump out like rah.
Yeah, you guys wouldn't see it coming.
Oh
No one-
shit! Oh my god, this is such a mistake. I forgot that you can do magic.
If Fabia does that to Saphira, Saphira's gonna swing around a punch.
Well, that's
Okay,
Fabia takes a dodge action.
roll unarmed attack, Saphira.
Yeah. Yeah.
I hope you knock me the fuck out, dude.
That would be funny. Okay, right. Unarmed attack. Let's go. 22.
Yeah.
Hits.
Yep. That hits.
All right.
So you're not raging.
No.
Just 8.
Sorry. Yeah. No. Just the
But
8.
it would be, yes, 8
the 8,
points
okay.
of bludgeoning damage as you just
Wonderful.
get slammed right on the nose.
Yeah. Saphira goes straight in for the face punch to Fabia. Afterwards, she's
shit.
like, "Don't, Fabia, what are you doing here?"
You're right. No, that was my bad. Oh my god.
How's that?
Please.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good. Oh, I deserve that. Looks at Scold. He agrees. Okay. Okay. So, oh my god. All right, I'm gonna just sit down. She like sits down. Goes.
Saphira's
Okay.
like, "Do you want me to look at it?"
No, it's fine. Nah, it's
These
good.
little
It's
like
fine.
birds tweeting around her head.
It's broken.
Yeah.
Wait, can Fabia have like a chipped tooth now for a cannon?
Yeah, right.
One
It-
front tooth just chipped.
I
out.
imagine, like, you could have been a case of when you punched her in the face, with her bigger teeth in the front, biting straight down to the tongue would be like the worst pain. Just
Oh no! Timmy's gonna have to
Okay,
help her
so
out.
there's a group up there, and they there is like 4 of them, I think, and one of them. I'm sorry, it hurts so bad.
Wait,
I'm messaging you. Okay, I'm gonna message Mia.
oh, she says
tell
she
her
thinks
everything.
there's like 4 or 5 of them. One's a rat. One's a pig. 2 are
Just
dudes.
animals or like what?
One's an elf lady.
They've got a werewolf head on a pipe.
There's a yeah.
They are talking about a bounty, etc.
They're like our rivals.
Are we the A team or the B team?
We're the A team,
We're
obviously.
the A team, right?
Why would you even ask that? 100% we're the A team. Always the A team.
Again, I love that all of this is happening in message, and I like to think that Fia is responding out loud.
She would totally. She would feel like it was her responsibility to make sure people heard at least half of it. And then she would like look at them like, we're the A team, right?
Right, guys?
Like you guys, we're definitely the A team. Well,
Yeah,
what?
Saphira's like looking at Fabia after the punch, like, "Oh,
Wait, what time is it now? Is it like
1 p.m.
evening-ish?
No,
1
no,
p.m.
no,
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
you guys probably gone through the woods now for a couple hours, actually, at least. So probably 2 or 3 p.m.
So if they're gonna wait till nighttime, we want to just try to find the werewolves before they find them.
Yeah, I guess none of the people that were at that group would read to Fabia, at least. Well, no. if pig people have pig noses, pigs are great at sniffing shit out.
Truffles.
Truffles.
True.
Only truffles, though.
Only truffles. We're not truffles. We're fine.
Yeah,
Everyone, throw away your
that's true.
mushroom.
We don't have any mushrooms
Let's
in our
go.
group. Fabia's still got some left over from
I'm just gonna
your
pick my
breakfast.
rush into the bushes.
Shane's laugh.
So yeah, do we want to like? How
Sorry.
strongly do we care about getting this bounty? I don't want someone else to take it from us, but that's because I'm really competitive, you guys. So, do we want to try to like find the werewolves before these guys do? Do we want to be like, hey guys, let's share a bounty with you, and then they'll be like, no, we'll kill you, and then we gotta kill bounty hunters? That seems like a bad idea.
How do we find a werewolf, though? Are we just
Well-
gonna look?
Okay. If you were a werewolf, where would you want to go to sleep?
In the cave.
So we just have to look for
I would
caves.
still want to sleep in like a soft bed. That doesn't change that.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, bed would always win. We could drag a
Why
bed.
don't we just use Fabia as bait? Werewolves would like rabbit, right?
Come on, man. You like punch on the nose.
Shorty like beaten up, just like, oh yeah, you've already got like the scent of blood on you.
I was actually, this is funny that you mentioned that, because I was actually, the reason I was checking the circlet is I was like, wait, does it say that the hair immediately vanishes? Because I could just grow my hair and like leave it all over the place, and they would be
Oh,
like,
shit,
there's a
genius.
fucking
I wish.
rabbit out here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that'd be
does.
awesome.
there's like
Immediately
20 rabbits
vanish the
out
second you
here.
Cut it.
It does
What are you
indeed.
gonna do? Other big brain play would be just cutting off my actual hair and then putting the circlet on and growing it back.
Regrowing it.
Oh,
back.
you just have to like, leave
Shame
it.
Fabia.
for now.
Leave her
But if you
hair
took
all
the
over. Let
circlet
her
off, I
hair
would
back.
be naked.
Ugh.
So
Can
you
you
know.
imagine like Shane Fabia, like a Sphinx cat, but a
Yeah.
rabbit?
No, you guys, this is a really good plan.
So ugly.
Oh god.
Like a busted up face.
So, what'd you
Okay,
like
that's
to do?
cool.
Can we just shave Fabia for fun?
Yeah, right. We have like 5 days before the circus. We're gonna run out of stuff to do. We'll definitely get to the point where we're like, let's just shave somebody.
I'm surprised we haven't already got there though.
Yeah, that's
out on
true.
the ship.
Maybe that's our audience
Shave Fabia for
participation.
fun. Yeah, yeah.
It's fine.
And now we'll
Good
shave our
rabbit.
friend. Watch her hair grow back immediately.
What would
Okay,
you, what would you guys like to do?
True. True.
I mean, I'm down to like search for some werewolves. I think probably it won't go anywhere if we go up to this group and are like, "Hey, are you guys? I see you have a werewolf head on your spike. We're also looking for werewolves." Like,
I doubt that they're gonna. But
I don't think they're gonna want to
that-
share.
Yeah, exactly. Then they would be sharing
Yeah.
the bounty, which they are not gonna want to do.
So we can just go around them, I guess, and like try to see any other. So where we are.
Mhm.
Sorry. Do we see like any other signs of like werewolf or what we think are werewolf tracks and all of that, or like not headed towards where they're currently camped? I said that in the stupidest way possible. I'm sorry. Do you know what I mean? Like, are there any other signs that aren't that way?
So wait, so you're looking for signs that are what, sorry?
So like, if we are trying to figure out like, oh, where would the werewolves have gone during the day, right? Like, where are they right now? Would we see any other signs of werewolves walking through the woods that aren't like directly towards where that group is sitting right now in their camp?
You can look around. Sorry about the
Okay.
buffer chat. There might have been a small buffer there.
Oh
Just
no.
changing some stuff from roll
Um,
20.
All right, I'll look around.
Okay.
What is it? Investigation?
Yeah. Well, no. Survival. If you're searching for tracks.
Oh, Jesus, I'm really good at that. Yep, 9. I don't see shit.
Okay. Yeah, you can't make out any track. You've never hunted before.
Oh, you guys, I'm stumped. I just don't know where they would have gone from here. I don't see anything. It's like, I think they vanished.
What does anyone want to do?
I don't know. We could just pick a direction and go that way, I guess.
Sure, yeah. I'm down for that.
Okay.
Not back the way we came, not towards that group, so
Okay.
left or right.
Can we we're gonna get lost in these woods. Can we
Yes, we are.
do some survival checks to see if any of us know how to track like directions? To be able to remember like where is their camp, where are we coming from?
Hold on. Where is it? Where is it? I don't think I can. I think I can only use it once. Sorry, go ahead.
You could, yeah. You could, yeah. If you want to do survival checks.
Well, I mean, I have Wanderer as my background, so does that not all like already?
I think Wanderer helps you with foraging. Could you?
It says you have an excellent memory for maps, geography, and you can always recall the general layout of terrain, settlements, and other features around you.
Then
In
I would
addition,
say
you can find food and fresh water for yourself and up to 5 people each
There you
day,
go.
provided the land offers berries, game, water, and so forth.
There
I
you go.
also still
I-
have that compass, so I could always locate object on like. We could always locate object on like the werewolf head on the spike or some shit, and know
Yeah.
where the camp, like know where we are in relation to their camp. All right, let's do it.
Big
Saphira's
brain.
gonna save us.
Yeah, I would say you'd know where you're going, Saphira, and you can kind of
Yep.
work it out based on that. Go ahead and roll a survival check with advantage, Saphira, just to kind of see which kind of direction you're pushing towards.
I have a +5, man. +5 for 8. Like, and that's an advantage. I rolled a 7 without it. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Honestly, what a joke.
So-
Right, just ignore that one.
You were bonding
Right
with Blossom. You were a little
Yeah, true.
distracted.
I mean, you're not gonna lose your
Strategies.
direction. You can work out your direction, but in terms of actually like hunting and tracking it, I would say
I'm not gonna
that
trust
you
Sophia ever again.
are only being able to concentrate on your positioning more so than looking for minute details.
Okay,
But-
sure.
Yeah, you guys head kind of northward into the forest, going a little deeper. You end up kind of just traveling for a little while. Is anyone else trying to do anything to track the werewolves?
I would probably continue to do the same shit I was doing.
Mhm.
I know what their footprints look like and stuff now, so
Okay. Yeah.
or at least I think I do.
Yeah, I would say you have a general awareness of it. Go ahead and roll an investigation check and a survival check for me to kind of try and get your trail
16
back
investigation, 5 survival.
on. So I'd say based on
How did I live this long in the
We're all
woods?
dead.
so it takes you a while, probably another couple of hours, and it starts to get into like the early, like probably 6 o'clock before you even find the next track. Like it's almost to a point where you're starting to think this is pointless.
Right.
And then you find the first sight of a wolf track. It's
Pew! Wolf track.
puts
All
you
our
back
heads
on the
turn in
kind of on the path. You wouldn't find any of the scratching that you found before. You would find footprints that are kind of a bit more manic. Whereas previously they were a little bit more contained and slower. The ones here, you start to see that across the ground, you would find just several of them have maybe run in circles. And that they seem to be pushing towards just north of where you are.
Okay.
The tracks seem pretty fresh in terms of the last day, maybe. But for the most part, how to describe it? I would say that it's hard to kind of follow the tracks. It's probably going to take you a while, and they're not going to be like a straight direct route, but it might lead you to.
Pew.
All right.
Disperses information. All right, I guess we'll.
I mean, I think
Really,
that
our
this
only
is
lead, right?
Yeah, and I also feel like we're on the right track because there's a bunch of them, and they're all about like pack whatever.
Yeah.
Great. So, like,
Yeah, I think
if we just proceed carefully, winks at DM. If we just proceed carefully, I think we should be okay.
If everyone wants to roll another stealth check, Basil would have to use another of his pass without a trace if you want to use it.
We need to.
Yeah.
We probably do, right? Do we know, I guess I have another werewolf.
Bree's gonna come back and we won't have been able to long rest.
Right.
We're gonna be like,
Okay.
look, you cast pass without a trace 4 times. And
But it was
that's-
really helpful, though.
Yeah, it was really useful.
It works.
She's gonna be fine
know?
with it. Do we know in our werewolf knowledge that we didn't really ask about when we were in town? Do we know what it takes to like cure someone of being a werewolf? Do we know if it can be cured? And then, if so, do we know what it would take?
I would say you would know that magic could potentially cure it.
Okay. Good to know.
Yeah, you'd know that much, I would say.
All right.
Just kill the alpha.
It takes you a little while longer. Stealthing forward, you can follow kind of the footprints as well, especially with the stealth rolls. Fabi, are you at the front again?
Yes.
You slip off for a little while. It gets for another half an hour or so. Roll a perception check with sound.
$23.
You hear just off northwest of you. You hear the slight "Ooh," and then like a "Ooh." It's almost like a howling, but it's a little bit like delirious. You know,
Oh, like it's like
God, are
sleepy
they,
or
like,
sick.
hurt?
I'd say with the 23, you can make it. It's kind of sleepy. It sounds like a dog having a dream.
Oh.
How are we
Pass
supposed to
along
fight this?
info.
I'm gonna leave out the part where it sounds like a dog in a dream, and I'm gonna be like, she thinks they're like just waking up, so this is probably a good opportunity to attack. All right, I guess we'll
I guess we'll
sneak up to where
proceed, yeah?
Fabia is. Yeah, right. Like, or I guess you could. You
Well, we're
still
still a
haven't seen him
ways
yet, so
off,
you'll
aren't
still,
we?
yeah,
We're still a few hundred feet away,
Yeah.
correct?
yeah. So you'd still, I guess, stay in front and
I'll stay in front for
sneaking
now.
up.
Okay. If you're staying in front, then you slip in with your stealth roll. Go ahead. As you kind of start breaking out, you start to see there's a slight more of a clearing. Trees kind of sparse, like 20 feet gaps and stuff, but roll a perception check. Sight this time.
Visual?
Yeah. You can follow yourself by sound if you'd prefer.
10.
Go ahead and do it with sound if you'd like. It'd just be different information.
20. With hearing.
You make out that you start to get to a point where you can. You only hear one of them. It's going. And it's a solo sound, and it's coming up from like a tree, just maybe 60 feet ahead of you.
My tree.
I'll approach the tree.
I'll bring you onto a map.
Okay.
Just made a quick little one here out of a woodlands I had.
What you don't know is it's one of those awakened
I
pines, and it's
changed-
just cradling the werewolf like a baby.
Just throw in.
Look, I can blame this on Fabia curiosity, but this is also Dodger like.
For sure.
What if it's hurt? What if it's a oh, what if the other werewolves were mean to it?
Yeah, right. It's been bullied.
So it's just a very small map, but
just wanted to make friends.
go and put yourself on the eastern side of this map.
Ooh.
Over here.
My mouse is buggered.
Fabio would be up ahead. You guys would be farther east. About there, yeah.
Are we still off the map?
I'd say you just 5 foot on the map because
Okay.
she went ahead. I mean, unless you guys want to go closer. But yeah, I imagine
I
you
think
will.
I need to restart roll 20. Hold on. No, I think we
trying to
still
frame it
stay
nicely
back.
for the chat. But it's kind of a small map, so there'll be a big white bit at the bottom. Chat, don't worry about it. It looks fine. Fabia, you'd see
Yes.
just in the distance from you, as it's still daytime, hunched up on kind of like there's a large pine, and it's got these branches that are kind of wider, kind of a thicker base through the branch, and you see curled up in the tree is this werewolf, and it's kind of in the fetal position, curled up, rocking as it has kind of a bad dream.
Oh.
I can't get myself on that.
Can I make an Arcana check to see if I think that?
There we go.
We can't kill it, guys.
Let's go kill the hunters that are gonna kill it. We need
Yeah,
to save
let's do
this thing.
that. Yeah, let's do it.
Now adopted werewolves.
Wait, let me double check what I can do with this dream catcher.
That thing's so cool.
Oh, I can cast the dream spell, but I can't tell if the dream spell has been cast. Okay. Can I make an attempt to tell if like he's asleep by magic means or not?
Yeah, go ahead for it.
Character sheet, please.
I just had to restart it. I wonder if
10.
Hard to make out. Just seems to be asleep at the moment.
Okay. I'm gonna get closer. Is there anything weird about this tree that I can see, or does it just seem like just a normal tree with a werewolf curled up inside of it for some reason?
Roll an investigation check.
Okay.
I'm nervous.
Me too, dude. 21.
Seems to be a fairly normal tree. I mean, looking around, you'd see probably compared to other pines, this one has kind of a, as pine branches are usually quite curled upwards, this one has kind of just a flatter branch that stuck out. So it looks like it might have just been an opportunist in its kind of choosing of where to sleep. You can see where it's got the claw marks going up the tree where it must have climbed up with the 21. And you'd see where it's kind of dug into the ground. So it seems to have climbed and put itself up there.
Okay, I'm gonna get back. What's the message? Wait,
120.
then we're
I
fine.
think.
Okay, yeah, then I'll message you and basically be like, it doesn't seem like there's anything weird about the tree, but like, where's the rest of his pack?
I will relay that information to everybody else.
Do we know if they travel in packs?
We don't know.
We know that the lieutenant who gave us the bounty said they thought there were like 4 or 5 of them sighted, and that no people
But
had
this
been
could be-
attacked yet.
A lone wolf. Eyebrow wiggle. Thank you. God, I should go into stand-up.
The message
Can
is back.
werewolves just like speak common, or are they like beasts that cannot speak?
I mean, they're
I
people.
think as they go more,
When they're wolves, probably they can't.
yeah, like
Okay, that's what I wanted to know. Yeah.
once they get to the point where they can't really like change back, then probably not.
This sucks. I wish Sam was here because 100%
He would just be like,
I would
I
be
walk
like,
in and
yeah.
beat its
how
ass.
about, look, if we want to talk to it, we'll let Scold talk to it because no way is that thing taking down Scold. He'll just grapple it and hold it
Right.
down.
Well, yeah. We can send
Okay.
Skull to do just that while he's not here.
I mean, yeah, actually we could. There's
Could.
one head
Yeah.
on a pike. There's one werewolf there. There's potentially 2 to 3 unaccounted for. Or these guys were separate and there's
Oh
more of
my
them and we
God.
don't really know.
Guys, what if the one on the pike?
Was like it's
What if they were in love?
what if they were
Stop.
married?
Stop. Why do you stop for this? We need Scold.
What if they were in love?
We're all saying this and Skull just shakes his head and starts walking forward. I'm
Okay,
sure.
yeah.
Right?
Yeah, we're
'Cause
gonna
that is what-
executive decision that Scold would
Yeah.
be
Okay.
like, there's only one of them and would
I'm walking
approach.
forward. Yeah. Okay.
Trees are dumb anyway.
Be
Yeah,
friendly.
fuck.
I can, then I move on. Okay.
Oi, werewolf.
So
Yeah.
as Scold approaches, has anyone got Scold's sheet to control him during this?
I don't.
I don't think so.
Does anyone
No.
want to? I can.
I only have
I
Timmy.
think I could probably make all
I'm
up here.
players. So
Yeah.
I'll give you all Scold's sheet, but I will quickly roll
Cool,
for him
cool.
his stealth
I'm slowly
check.
collecting everybody's sheets.
I
Aw.
just
Yep.
have too mean Scold.
Damn.
Can
Collecting.
Saphira get like
Oh.
FOMO and start like slinking up since Skull already did?
Oh, I can't use
Yeah.
him. I can just see him.
Oh, okay.
Spear's like, I'm
I
not letting
can-
you
I
walk
can
up there
change that.
alone.
Yeah,
That was his
Saphira
stealth
doesn't want to
check.
be out on the action, so.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, then, if
dude.
you're walking up, roll a stealth check, Saphira.
Yep. Do we still have the benefits from the hour of
Did you spell
that-
another
we
slot?
just cast it again, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. Although.
Oh, it doesn't matter anyway. I'm basically
Nope.
I am the knight, the tyrant of the
Oh,
shade.
nice. 21. Okay.
Natural
And
20.
that was a 20 for
Dude,
Skull.
look at the two of you. So
I know we've never been
stealthy.
so sneaky in our lives. We're just like
What am I even doing here? You don't
Inside,
even need
Skull
me.
hates that he's being stealthy right now. He's like resentful every quiet
He's
step he
trying.
takes.
Yeah, he's trying to step on branches, but the spell is too powerful.
God damn it.
You step up and with Scold, Saphira, and you're both quiet.
Mhm.
What would you like to do?
I just wanted to know, like, if my ring can do anything. That's if it
Oh,
can
your
have any
animal
benefit.
ring?
Yeah. That's like what I'm wondering is if like the ring of animal influence could have any benefits here. It's got animal friendship, fear, and speak with animals. So, just like wondering if. I don't know. He's like, this made me sad. Joe's description made me sad, right? I don't want to kill the werewolf that's having a nightmare.
Joe's barely said anything. We're literally putting
It's
so much
us, I
extra
know, right?
flavor text in there. He's like,
No,
it's
I
asleep.
can't.
It's curled up and asleep. And we're like, it's
It's
sad.
in a fetal position. It's in a fetal position, rocking. That was Joe's words, Tasha. I can't. My heart.
Is a werewolf like, what is
of
it?
its
Is it like
own.
a beast? Is it a human? Like, what is it?
Yeah. What does it count as?
Seeing if you would know that. Roll a nature
Fair.
check.
Me
Mm,
or who?
I don't think you've ever come across werewolves before, Saphira, so probably not.
I'm
It would
super
be
good at nature, you guys.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. I was obviously joking. I only have a
You're
plus
not
3,
sure?
but it was an 8.
You're not sure?
Guys, I can't remember how they're classified.
I guess just on a quick look around, can I notice that there's any more indicators of any other werewolves, or is this guy like completely on his own?
You can roll a perception check
Sure.
to look around to see.
Okay.
We have all heard that you should let sleeping dogs lie, so we're all just like, I don't know what we should
Another
do.
natty?
For 25. Okay. You don't see any
Yeah.
sight of any other werewolf in this vicinity. Any other creature really around here.
With a nat 20, that means. Woo.
Okay.
Okay.
Then Saphira is gonna go up to the creature and sort of crouch down to its level and
It's up on a
use
branch.
Oh, it is up on the branch. Then she's gonna probably not climb, but she'll use her ring of animal influence to speak with animals and try to wake it up, not startling it.
How are you trying to wake
And
it up?
she's she will speak to it and introduce herself, and then brace herself in case it comes down to bite her, literally.
Okay. What would you like to say to it?
I'm not sure actually. I should have thought about this.
Knock, knock, sleepyhead. It's me, your boy, Saphira.
Wakey,
Something like that.
wakey.
She's like, "Good morning."
You see it
And
start
just
when you say
yeah.
that. Its dream kind of ending. It stops moving. Its eyes slowly open. And looks down at you with these deep kind of black and red eyes. Stare straight at you.
she says, "Can you understand me?" With the ring.
Leans up,
Back in common.
arching its back, moves its paws and its claws into the wood, leans over, looks at you, and then snarls. I'm gonna need everyone to roll initiative. Wait 1 second, let me clear out the old initiative.
I'll never trust a werewolf again.
Poor Saphira, it's like she just keeps trying to reach out and make a connection.
And someone rolled it for Scold and Basil as well.
Okay.
And I will swing on some
17.
music for it.
Well, guys, we have confirmed that the ring of animal influence, it's a no-go for the old werewolves who are having a nightmare that Saphira just...
Sophia takes out a piece
Sophia
of paper,
wanted to
writes down
control.
werewolves. No.
You tried
Yeah,
a thing,
werewolves.
so
I
it's
tried
fine.
a thing. We've learned
Yeah.
a thing, and now I'm about to get my ass bit. All those stealth checks for nothing.
No, he's by your head though. He's not gonna bite your butt first. He's gonna bite your face. You're fine.
Yeah, that's true. I'm bracing, all right? I was already prepared that this could happen. All right?
We still need Scolds and
And
I got
me.
Basil.
and you. Sophia.
And me, yes, it's me.
I can open up
But-
Scold's sheet.
The werewolf,
Where's initiative there?
Voggly,
I've got.
wakes up a little late as you're all
I
prepared.
got him.
Nice.
This is my third.
So-
That's 20 in a row.
Scold has a 20, yeah. Okay,
Yep.
he's in the turn order.
It's
There
in
we
the thing. All right. What would you like to do, Basil? Who is all the way back here?
Be really sad that we're gonna have to murder something, and then maybe
Basil must be so proud that Saphira actually tried to talk
yeah.
to her before killing
He'd be
her.
like, "You tried, Saphira," and then either I guess he would maybe cast Fairy Fire, or maybe
Well, would you think
Maybe
Basil would
wait.
also try to speak with it?
I guess
Yeah.
if
Sam
he saw
sheet
it
is so
didn't work.
confusing. What the fuck? There's
because he's
so
I
like
can help you,
roll
I can
20
help you.
expert and like
I can
and
help
so
you.
many macros.
Has he got a lot of
he's
macros?
always like, "I'm just putting in another macro."
Yeah, I'm just doing it's macro life.
What are you typing, Sam? Just another macro. Don't worry about it.
Oh my God.
Okay, yeah, I see. If you need, so if you remember anything that he does, just let me know, and let me edit his health, because he should have 103 health. I can kind of help you with it.
Okay.
It's gonna be fine.
Okay. What does Basil do? Fairy Fire.
I think Basil would. I don't know. I feel like he would either Fairy Fire or not.
I think he would try to
just
speak to
wait.
animals.
Yeah.
I don't think Basil wants to fight this yet.
I mean, he might. I don't know. Sure.
Go ahead and rush him up and then try and speak to animals.
But do it in song, Shane.
I have to do that. I don't know what he would say. How far can he move? He has 30 feet. 10, 20, 30. That's as close as we're gonna get.
Okay.
What do you guys think he would say?
We're friendly.
Hello, I'm just a kind gentleman caller walking through the woods with my
We're
friend.
not looking to fight.
Yeah. He would.
We're
He
not
would.
looking to fight. We're
We kind of
friendly.
are though, because we want the bounty. But
Yeah.
okay.
As Basil calls out, saying that, the werewolf still stares at Saphira.
This thing, man.
Its mouth and its snarl, its jaw goes up wide, and you see just kind of
Ew.
drool dripping down its jaw as it stares down at you. Saphira.
Saphira's like, every time.
Oh, so sad.
Comes off the back, like,
Oh boy.
is this what you want? Okay. Fine by me. We're in rage.
We're in it.
He's okay. I can't actually use my chain axe because it's not silver. He's up the tree. Yeah.
Yeah, he's about 10 foot up.
Can I? 10.
10 feet above Saphira.
Yeah. He's up in the tree.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, not like, it's not 17 feet up. He's 10 foot up. And so, so he's 10
How
foot off
much
the
is
ground.
one
In terms of that. So he's
He's
in,
10 foot off the ground. Okay, yeah.
So you'd have to get within
How much
5
is one
feet to
feet?
hit him.
Okay. Yeah. So, if I'm here, right, I can hit him already.
You'd have to climb up 5 feet.
Okay. All right, then the axe stays on the back, and the raging Saphira will start making her way up the tree like a fucking
Okay.
idiot, for no reason at all. Like she could just pull him down probably, but hey ho, we're going up the tree. So
Okay.
sure, I'll start climbing up the tree until she's kind of in a position where she can try and get a hack at him.
Okay. Go ahead and make your athletics check just to.
Yep. Sure. Do I get advantage on athletics checks?
If you're raging.
For-
If you're raging, did you rage?
Yeah, for rage, yeah.
Then
Yeah. Okay, 26.
You just launch yourself up. You're kind of.
Yeah.
On the branch with him.
Yeah.
What'd you like to do?
Okay. Dope.
This would be in your
She's gonna
your
snarl
movement.
back
wouldn't
at
it?
him now. Yeah, that's fine. She's gonna snarl back at him and attack.
Go for it.
Sorry, my cat's like meow
It's okay.
in the background.
No,
You having
it's
a
a fight.
meow? Yeah, 16. I know, Lord. Shush.
16 hits.
Cool.
I keep thinking the sound of your cat is my kid.
Yeah, I thought
Being
it
like-
was Clark as well. I was like,
Is she awake?
It's like he's got such a, I don't know, like a baby noise, like a. Come, all right, come here, baby boy. All right, let's see. We're attacking Lordy. Okay, right, we've done 11 slashing damage, plus we've got some radiant and rage, and that's 8. That's 8. In addition to that, and if
Okay.
we count that together, that's 19.
and that is with your magical weapon, so it affects
That's
it.
certainly it. And
Okay.
oh yeah, I'll roll my magical weapon afterwards. Okay, and yeah, sure, just going for another one then.
Okay.
Actually, can I use my second attack to pull him down?
You can.
Yeah.
You can attempt to.
Or shove him down, right?
Yes, you can attempt to kind of shove.
Okay, then she's gonna try and do that then. See if she can like boot him down off the tree.
Go for it.
Okay. What do you want me to roll for that?
Go ahead and roll a contested athletics check.
Okay. 26.
I rolled a nat 1, so you push it off the edge, and it slams down
Yeah.
prone off the side, and
Nice.
takes
Get
a tiny
wrecked.
bit of bludgeoning damage.
Can I use? No, I guess
bludgeoning
can't do
damage
anything
on top.
else.
You
Cool.
just hear this
I'll jump.
as you knock it down.
Okay, I'll jump down off the tree then, so I'm next to it then, and then that'll be me.
Okay. Skull, what does Skull want to do?
All right, so Scold, seeing him drop, is gonna come over there and hold him down.
Okay, so you want
He
to
wants to
grapple check?
grapple and maintain prone. So how do I roll for that?
So athletics check, please. Versus 9.
Natural.
Oh. It manages to just scrape out and kind of avoid his grip.
Wait, is that a Fabia roll? Or oh yeah, it was.
No.
Not a Fabia roll. Yeah, okay. I
It
see
was
the 8.
cold.
He still has another
It just
attack.
comes up as, yeah. Can you try it again,
Go
I
again.
guess?
He'll do it again.
Yeah,
He
try
doesn't want to
again.
embarrass himself in front of Saphira after she just kicked him out the tree.
Want to try again?
Yeah, he gets 2 attacks, right? So I can.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go again.
This time it actually works. I rolled a 12. So he manages to pin
Wonderful.
it down and hold it down on the ground below. Okay. Anything else?
Yeah, I feel like Scold would be like a little. I character-wise, I think he would hate that like we're fighting this thing that just woke up. So I think part of him would probably, if he was holding this thing prone, he would probably say something along the lines of,
Do the voice. Do the voice.
I can't though. I can't do his voice.
You can do it.
He would say something like, I believe we said that we was gonna talk to you. As we want to talk. We want to fight.
I love it. You made him think a gangster.
It's so good.
I like it. I like it.
Oh my
He's a
god.
geezer.
I'm not sure how to feel about that one.
But yeah.
I love it.
No, it was a good English accent.
Yeah.
I tried.
Okay. Does the werewolf say anything in response?
No, it's just beneath him.
Okay.
Great. I don't know if Scold can do anything else.
I don't know if
don't-
he would use his bonus action to do hog and stuff.
I don't think he
Not
would.
yet, right?
So
No.
I'll just hold him
Roll
prone.
my bonus action for my weapon. Don't get a bit of damage in there for my D8?
Oh,
Am
for
I
the
too
fire
late?
damage? Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll that.
Oh, yeah.
It's 1. Enjoy. Please take that off.
Hey,
Uh,
I shall.
Every little helps.
add the potential for every little helps. Add the potential
Alright.
for 8, and we gotta win.
Fear.
Hello. Okay. I guess given that Scold was like, we should see, maybe let's not just murder it right away. Fia would be like, Fia would address the werewolf and be like, now's your chance. If you have anything to say to save yourself, you should say it right now. And just sort of give it a second to see if it
I'm
says
worried that
anything.
like this is a werewolf situation in which it's not in its right mind while it's a
Yeah.
wolf. And like there's nothing that it can really do.
I don't,
you
yeah,
know?
I feel like same, right? Well, we'll give it a
Kind of a
shot.
shame, man.
So you're just
Okay,
gonna wait?
so sh-
No, doesn't say anything.
So it doesn't say anything. Okay.
Bear in mind, waiting is a.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't really mean like she's gonna like wait as it like I mean like she's gonna say that and then if he doesn't say anything, then she'll do her actual action,
Okay.
which is going to sadly. I think she will just throw a magic missile at it. We'll just do that.
Okay.
For now. So pull it up one. There you go.
10 points of damage. Okay, you just
Yep.
see these magic missiles soar through, kind of weaving past Scold and just slamming into the creature, just wailing beneath it, burns appearing on its kind of fur. It just gnashing in the air with its teeth, angrily. Timothy.
I am so far away and so slow. First of all, I'm gonna get as close as I can.
Timmy just sighs as his free action. Ugh.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sure, I guess. That's not even 30 feet to Bane. Oh God, that's something that's far. I guess I'll attempt a guiding bolt.
Okay.
Where is it on the list? If I do this, does it do the damage or the attack roll? Oh, that's advantage, disadvantage. Ignore that. It would have been a 10, so probably miss.
Yes,
God damn
unfortunately.
it, guiding bolt.
Okay, and talking's a free action.
You would
yeah?
have had a disadvantage anyway, by the way, because he's prone.
Oh yeah.
So 10 misses. You see this guiding bolt just kind of zoom, but like almost not wanting to hit your friends, it just kind of veers off the last moment as you can't get a clear shot.
And I could talk
Token's
as a free action, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to just yell over there anybody who listens. Try to find a wound that shows if this is an afflicted werewolf or one that was naturally born for me. I might be able to help it.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay. Fabia.
Big brain. Big brain. Fabio would have like been getting ready to shoot her bow and then heard Timmy say that and been like, she's literally gonna, because she's a flashy bitch, she's gonna jump over here.
Into,
Okay.
Oh, she could have jumped into the tree too.
That's true. She'll jump into the tree.
I don't see anything on the top of his head.
And
I didn't know if you got a chance
and
to see,
tread-
by the way, in the new Arthakana for Rabbit Folk. Have you seen their new movement
yeah.
thing?
They have that move
cool.
hop
Yeah.
shit, yeah.
I have to add that in if we get a moment.
If it means that I give up being able to just freely
No,
jump
no,
30
no.
feet in any direction I
Yeah.
want, it
And
will.
look super cool, yeah.
Yeah, no, the 30 feet's much better.
Yeah, she'll try to kind of just like get over him somehow to scope it out.
Okay. Yeah, you launch yourself straight into the tree, kind of land in a branch above.
And then do I roll perception, I assume?
Yeah, so you're
Or
looking
because he's
specifically
held
for...
because he's held down, would I be able to get like a really good look at him?
Oh yeah, because he's
I'd say because you're up in the tree, and also because he's not stunned. It's still going to be like
He's still
straight roll.
thrashing.
Yeah, he's still thrashing around. Like he's about to kind of go in for an attack. So,
Okay.
straight roll.
Come on, Fabia.
Yeah,
23!
23. And you're looking specifically for what?
I'm looking for Timmy said to look for a wound that would imply that he's been afflicted with this.
I set the DC at 20 for that. So you'd notice very faintly it has some matted fur that's missing on its shoulder. And there might be a cut there. You can't make it out entirely whether it's a bite wound or not, but it seems to be something similar.
Timmy, there's a wound!
Can I talk on not my turn? Like reply back?
Yeah, you can talk.
Bring it to me if you can. It'll take a while.
Anything you want to do with your bonus
I'm a
action?
strong boy. I'm not gonna do anything else with my turn.
Mm-hmm.
I will, I guess, I'll take out my short sword
Mm-hmm.
in case it gets away from Scold and they need backup. But I'll leave it to the thick boys to carry it to
Okay.
Timmy.
I'm one of the thick boys.
You're a thick boy. Please,
The
could you?
werewolf, on its turn, is going to use 2 claw attacks against Scold. It's just lashing out.
Wait, can it do that while it's prone?
Yeah, at disadvantage.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
It's not paralyzed, so it can
Good.
still.
Okay.
15 to hit Scold. I don't think hits, is it?
No, I don't think
think
15
so.
hits.
And then a 19 to hit.
No. No,
Yeah,
does not hit.
Oh, 19 doesn't hit?
His armor class is 20.
Oh,
fuck
shit.
off.
There you go. So you
He's a
see the claws just kind of
Thick
trying to clink out.
boys.
And its jaw turns and goes straight for the leg of Saphira.
Alright, hit me with your best shot, bruh.
13 to hit.
Chops.
No, it doesn't hit.
Get out of here.
Okay. Then you just
If
see
I
that-
get bit by this guy,
jaw
am I
just
is
clenched
that
just
just me?
before.
I'm a wolfy boy.
have to find out. That's it, though.
Okay,
That's
cool.
all.
Fabia's just there like, it would suck so bad if someone
Oh
bit me.
no! Don't bite me!
God, I would hate that so much.
They
Choose the right
overextended,
space.
like yawned.
Stop
like that.
rubbing like oil into
I'm
yourself.
so tired.
Buttering up your arm. Oh no. What would Basil do at the top of his turn?
God, that werewolf is in a bad place for all of his spells.
Yeah.
Basil just has area things.
Any
Oh,
like
God.
any utility like
He could use a bardic inspiration for a thick boy to ensure that we get werewolf safely over.
yeah, or debuffs if there's something that would make it so that while it's attacking us it can't do as much.
Yeah, but that's the area of it, isn't it? It would hit all of us.
Oh, I don't know.
Fairy fire, I think, is.
Yeah, verifies area.
Yeah. I don't. Do I have bad?
Could always,
was
he
thinking,
could always
like,
I don't
hold
know. I don't know.
something.
I think it's chill touch
You could
that
try a hideous
gives you
laughter.
disadvantage or keeps you from healing or something like that.
You could
Yeah,
just
or
make
like
this
a
thing
hideous
laugh.
laughter or something.
Laughter.
Sure.
Because it'll
Yeah,
take
he'll
away.
try that.
Okay, go for it.
That's a wisdom save. Yeah.
Okay, I got a natural
Or-
1. So Basil tells a little joke, and you just see as this kind of as it's kind of on the ground, but it is in a position where it's just constantly laughing. It can't help itself.
It's like the Dick Dastardly dog. It just does that laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Motley or whatever his name is.
Saphira.
Can Saphira attempt to grapple it?
Yep, go for it.
Cool.
It would require Skull to let go, but you can.
What if they worked together like a dual?
Fireman
Carry.
carry.
Yeah,
Skull's
'cause
both use their
coming up
guns.
next, so
Yeah, I
we
would
could
say,
double team.
Yeah, I would say that
Grab it.
it's you're kind of both grabbing a leg, grabbing an arm, kind of thing. Yeah, sure.
Can they like just coordinate their turn?
Yeah, can we just
Can
say
we
that they
go-
move
can
at
we
the
do it
same
here?
time and they both drag it over?
Sure.
Cool.
Roll a grappling check anyway, Saphira, so you get grip.
Yeah,
It's
do you want me
been
to do
11.
athletics?
Yep, with advantage.
Yeah, easy for me, mate. 15.
You're on your speed, though.
Almost didn't do it.
Yeah, you managed to get hold of it as well.
Cool.
So, what would you like to do in your turn? Drag it?
Yes, I would like to drag it with Scald back here.
Okay.
How far can we go? Scald's, we've got 30, yeah?
Basically as close to Timmy as possible, yeah.
Is Scald's limit 30?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, my limit's 40, so I'm going to bring it to Timmy.
Okay, that would cause Skull to let go after that point.
Yes. Okay, that's fine. I can hold it pinned down.
Oh,
then,
well, if you're
Scald's-
moving, if you're grapple, let me just double check. But I'm pretty sure
You just have to move it to here. I can move at least this far.
Yeah.
Okay,
You would
then
only be
it's-
able to move half
okay.
movement.
He'll have to wait until
Oh.
his turn to cast it anyway, so.
Okay, so I can move my half movement.
Yeah, because you're grappling, so it costs you an extra 5 feet of movement, I believe. To
Okay.
drag
Oh
something.
yeah. To drag.
Okay. Right, then I can get to here.
Well, that's
Skull
fine
will
anyways.
let-
Because
Yeah,
Good.
Timmy can
assuming that
walk
they're
over
not.
Yeah, and you could just drag
Yeah.
it by the feet and just kind of gnawing and slashing around. Okay,
Yeah.
Scold. What does Scold want to do on his turn?
Well, he would have dragged it
Do I
with
not
her,
have a
right?
second attack? Or is it the grapple and the drag?
I'd say for the rule of cool, yes. Technically, you can't hold you wouldn't be able to use your movement on someone else's turn. And so it's difficult to do it there, but I'd say for the rule of cool, sure. But just to see if he's got his grip still, roll an athletics check competing. With advantage, he has advantage.
For Scold.
Yeah, please. Just see if he loses his grip.
Okay. 18.
Yeah, he carries on holding it down. All right, you both got it pinned down. And
Great.
he's laughing.
He's also gonna ready an action with his claws. That if this thing like breaks away, he'll attack it.
Okay. Fear. Yeah. Oh yeah. Sorry.
I am. Oh my gosh, make words. If it's grappled by two people, can I back up And will it, like, if I back up, will it get an attack? Because
It's
they
hideous
brought
laughter.
it into my range.
I think. I don't believe so with hideous laughter. Let me just double check.
Oh shit! Yeah, I forgot about that. Sorry, I'm dumb.
Hideous laughter. What does it leave them
Hold on,
incapacitated?
Oh, it's incapacitated
Yeah.
the entire time until it either makes the save from taking damage or the end of its turn, I think.
Yep. So you're good.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm gonna move back a little bit just so I'm out of range of slavering teeth and claws and all of that.
Mhm.
And then I would like to cast suggestion.
Okay.
I know it can hear me. I have no idea if it can understand me. So this may not work, but I'm going to cast suggestion. I'm going to say, let us help you. And see if it cools shit.
Could you just read me suggestions wording for a little bit?
You suggest a course of activity. Magically influenced creature you can see within range can hear and understand you.
Okay.
Creatures that can't be charmed or immune. You have to make the course of action sound reasonable. Don't ask it to stab itself. Make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, it does it to the best of its ability.
I'll make the wisdom save.
All right.
13.
My spell save DC is, in fact, a 16.
It's hard to make out if it's worked or not because it is literally
Okay.
thrashing around laughing. But I feel like your magic goes through.
Okay. I guess we have to wait till the end of its turn or till the thing wears off to see if it works.
Timothy.
I am going. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Go here. I'm gonna look into its eyes calmly, just trying to show that I'm not trying to hurt it, and touch it and attempt to remove the lycanthropy curse, if possible.
You press your hand against it. Your radiant magic seeps into it. And you'd see as it kind of thrash around laughing. Start to hit bits of fur just start coming off. And its face looks like it's in agony, but it's laughing. Just as all this fur's kind of falling off. And you just notice as it slowly starts to form into kind of a frailer, its muscles start to weaken, start to fall down, and leaving behind quite a frail, skinny man with kind of matted hair on the top of his head. Some of his own hair that's been mixed into the fur has kind of fallen out itself. Parts of his eyebrows still there, parts of his hair still there, but balding and the other sections, bits of the fur just keep falling off and shedding around it. He's in a constant form of laughter still right now. But you successfully remove the lycanthropy curse.
Oh, baby.
Hell yeah.
Can
Basil drop?
Basil drop it? Yeah.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
laughing.
Yeah, he could.
thing.
I'm gonna
So-
keep the suggestion up though, just in case he's mad at us. I don't know.
You would in combat, you would notice as kind of he stops laughing, he lets out a wheeze of pain. Very plain looking pale man, quite a rounded face. He looks up at his brown eyes and kind of looks up at you, Timothy. Where am I?
Well, you're in Wolfgard. I mean, I don't know if you knew you were here, but
Is he naked?
God, yes. He is, yeah.
You were a werewolf,
stark naked.
bud.
Okay, then Saphira's gonna take off her some of her warm gear.
Is he
And,
naked? Is he naked?
And she'll drop some of her clothes over him in an angry fashion as she's still getting out of rage.
Yeah, you
I
drop,
guess we'd say like he's in the, what is it, Temper Woods? We tell him the actual woodland he's in.
A werewolf. I have fleeting memories, but they're sparse, and I remember some people that were cruel to me. I remember. How long have I been like that?
I'm
Well,
not sure, really.
it's
Hard to say.
tells him what today's day is, I guess. It's the
It's good story,
24th
yeah.
of what the fuck ever. I don't know.
Been just a month. What year is it?
Oh,
Says year.
I mean, off the top of my head, it's 1227. No, sorry, 20.
I was gonna
20
say 1280 something, so I was
No,
that
it's
would really would have
20
freaked him the fuck out.
I need to double check. I never double check the exact date, but it's 20 something. Sorry. You seem kind of slumped back.
That
I've been
what?
like that for 50 years.
holy fuck!
Whoa.
Good thing I didn't say 80. Do you remember do you know your name?
No.
At this point, Saphira's gonna, like, get off of him since he was still down on the floor and lift him up to his feet.
What do you
He's kind of frail on his feet. You need falls like tripping against you before kind of stand upright.
She
Resting himself in the
holds him
clothing.
up.
what do you remember
Before, or
before?
I remember. I remember a home, a barn. I remember having my mother was helping us try and barricade it. I think I had a brother. His sounds outside, shouts and screams of scratching. I remember there was a tussle, something was breaking through the side of the barn, and we tried to hide. And I leaned out first, and I remember something biting me. I pulled back and I hid under the hay, and then fleeting. I remember hunger. I remember roaming around. Pain. I don't. He kind of looks at himself.
Are we still in turn order?
No.
I'm gonna heal him real quick. 'cause
How
I know
long?
we hurt him.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. How long ago did shit kick off in Wolfgard?
For 16.
Let me double check my notes so I get the exact date for you correct. 16. You notice that kind of knots up most of his wounds. A lot of the damage he could take was because of his form. So it kind of shrinks back in a percentage. And so you'd see it kind of knots up worse. Let me just double check for you off my timeline. So it was a roughly... it depends what shit you're talking about. Which bit do you mean particularly? What kicked off when?
I guess
There's a
when
few
did the... I'm trying to figure
First
out, like,
outbreak
if
of
he said
wares,
50
or-
years. Yeah, like, is this, like, at the beginning of the outbreak of wares?
So no,
And, like, he was...
the year is 1226, yeah. I was right
Okay.
the first time. The first outbreak of wares was in, I believe, 11... My notes here, 1165. So
that about lines up.
yeah.
Yeah,
He
right?
was in
So,
the,
like, that was...
but yeah, roughly. Yeah.
So he's probably turned shortly after that, right? 'Cause that's
During
been
the early days
yeah.
of the outbreaks of wares.
Okay. Fucking hell, mate. Do you remember where you were from?
No. Sort of. It was hilly. I remember my father worked in the capital, and we'd see him every couple of days.
Oh, your father worked in Tithmore?
Tithmore?
Or Don Haven?
What's that?
Oh shit, Haven? Isn't that the name of the
named
old
after.
capital?
Yes, Haven.
Fuck, this guy. Okay, this is like the
Old.
worst coma story ever.
Old boy.
So, so your father worked in Haven, and you must have lived around there, right? A lot has happened. The capital's moved.
Yo, let's take him back to
Yeah,
Roundy Butts. What the fuck was the name of that place?
the Gather Round.
That.
Yeah. You're safe now. It's okay. I think maybe it's best that you come with us, though. We can get you back to, kind of civilization and town. Get you fixed up.
Okay. What about the others?
Do you know how many others there were? Do you remember that? I'm just assuming he means the other werewolf pack. I don't really.
Oh, I thought he meant his family.
It could be both, right?
It could be both. Yeah, this werewolf pack could literally be his household from 50 years ago.
That's my
God.
fear. What if
Whose
that's
head's
my
on the
little
pike,
brother?
dude?
I know.
I don't know. There was a few that were cruel to me. I remember trying to run. A few. Larger than I was.
Larger than him. Okay.
A group. I remember running and hiding in here. I remember sleeping. I tried it a few times. He looks down to his leg and you can kind of see a scar around his ankle where there's like a burn around his ankle, almost like it was pulled out a chain.
What the fuck, dude? They were like chaining up werewolves. Like,
Thank you for saving me.
What will you do now?
I don't know. He looks at his body again. I'm as old as my father was. Older, maybe. What do I do?
Saphira reaches into her bag and pulls out some gold.
an ear.
Saphira doesn't have an ear. How much gold do we have on our person? Because I honestly stopped updating it because I'm a poopy, and also because I know that there's a master accountant amongst us.
I think we just decided, that we would figure out for ourselves how much we would actually carry versus how much was in the bank. But bank
Also,
accounts were set up.
from a mechanical standpoint, he has nowhere to put the gold right now because he doesn't have his own clothes. So
I don't
we can
I
just
don't
give
know
him
that-
gold once we're back to the.
I don't know that you
Sure.
need to make a decision about any of that right now. I think right now we just focus on making sure you're okay and we'll take you back with us. If we see any of the others, we'll try to help them as well. But I think that's probably the best first step, right?
I don't think they want to be helped.
No?
I enjoyed
Did
it.
you want to be helped?
I don't think I
Like
had
you
those
let
kind
us
of
help.
thoughts.
Maybe they don't have those kind of thoughts either. But
We can try.
let's get you back. We don't need to stand out here any longer.
What's your
I'll
passive
look for, like,
perception, Fia?
17.
Yeah, crinkling in the bushes behind you.
Immediately, I'm like, I hear something behind us.
And you see someone step out. Matches the description of the elf. that
Fabia saw.
Fabia previously saw in her kind of robe and smiles. And she turns her head, and through the tree line, you see the man wearing the kind of Soldiers of Sunrise tabard with the kind of slightly torn clothing. Walks out and goes, "What did you do with our pet?"
I knew it was
Pet?
gonna be them.
That's right.
That's not. I don't. What do you mean? This is
can hear
this is
more
my
of them around the
cousin
bushes.
Ronnie. We got lost and we were looking for him. Ronnie, you can't keep running off like that. Also, taking off your clothes is real weird, man. Put the shirt on.
Roll a deception check. With disadvantage.
Come on!
You are.
Ronnie is a perfectly serviceable name.
Yes. To
Oh,
someone
I'm sorry.
they know.
Disadvantage with a 19, bitch. Get slammed.
I'm
Feel
sorry
that's a lot.
that your 19 has to fail because he's a naked man surrounded by fur with the burn mark on his leg and a group of adventurers around him. The DC was at least like a 25.
I'd like to
He looks at you and
register
goes,
a complaint, but it's fine.
Saphira would just like insta stand up at this point and go to stand by Fia and puff her chest up as bad as possible. This isn't the fight that you really want to pick, is it?
"Oh, you've done something very wrong, darling. This is our woods. And you just cured our fucking meal ticket."
What damn question.
Mm-hmm.
Which count is in charge of these woods? Where, like, what jurisdiction are we in?
Fairfax.
Okay.
Can I?
That's weird. You don't look like Count Fairfax.
Can I
He
just
says.
insta attack him for calling me a sweetheart?
Oh,
Well. If you go towards him with that intention, you would then see from around them, he smirks as you kind of come in, and you see his body suddenly start changing and writhing. His fingers become long and like claws. His arms start sprouting fur, and you can see as he's kind of smiling through it, what would usually be quite an agonizing moment. You'd see as his mouth starts to get wider and longer, like a snout. His body is morphing around the armor. You see the chainmail stretching, and then parts of it just ping off. His body kind of forming up. You see the girl next
He's
to him.
getting fucked up now.
Are you?
You see-
Wait, I'm
this is-
sorry.
Yeah.
Keep going. Keep
You
going.
see right next
Wait,
to him.
but keep going.
The same. You see the girl next to him in the robe. Her body starts forming, smaller than him, and his kind of larger black mane. You would see as she kind of grows up and becomes far like more kind of slender in her form, a deeper brown in her fur, kind of writhing up these white bits of fur up her. Her robe kind of leaning on her, magic kind of glowing in her eyes, these deep kind of baubles of red. To one side, you would then see in the tree line, you'd hear this as another one with the bow. Her leather armor kind of wrapped around her, kind of starts forming into the werewolf form herself. Off to one side again, you'd see as the rat man. His body starts going large, his teeth become jagged
man.
and sharp.
And the pig man?
That's
Moves
gross.
across.
The rat and the yeah.
And then you'd hear as this
yeah,
larger
there's the
pig
pig
man,
man.
doubling almost in size, its body just morphing, these muscles just pushing out, fur kind of protruding across it. A werehog over to the side, wereboar, the wererat, and the three werewolves stood in front of you. A pack of hybrids smirking as you rush
I don't
towards
think these things
to
are
fight
cursed.
them. And that's where we'll leave tonight's episode so that we can fight with them next week.
Are you telling me that these motherfuckers have been doing a long con where they're like, somebody's out here trying to
Yeah. Oh, no.
choke and do, so we'll just turn
Get the
somebody
bounty.
Oh my
and then
god.
turn them in and get
Get
So-
800 gold. Do it again later.
They didn't turn
Wow.
him, but they captured a
I
werewolf.
guess that would have been 50 years ago. So
Yeah, they captured a werewolf. What you didn't decide, which I can tell you now, is if you'd rolled harder in your perception check, you would have noticed that that head you found on the spike was a fake, and that's why it wasn't really decaying, and
What the
it was stuffed. as a means of trying to lure in adventurers.
That's so
It was
great.
actually knitted. It was felted.
We
it
would
was...
have literally had in our notes about werewolves, doesn't decay.
I'm sorry. Somebody make it happen that we walk by their camp on the way back, just randomly, so that we can pick up the fake werewolf head. We will use that
they're
someday.
playing the double scam. They were trying to lure in anyone who would try and take up the bounty, so they can rob and kill them and use that werewolf
Well, you
as
know
bait.
what? It may have worked for them up until this point, but they're gonna really regret that choice next week.
Well, if
On
you
Godforged.
had rolled slightly higher on like hunting down that werewolf, I don't think they would have arrived, because you would have arrived earlier, got that done earlier, and then you would have probably left and never found them. Just left with one werewolf. But it was getting to early evening, so they said they were going to set out at night. So, there you go.
What a bunch of dicks.
The proper werewolf fight
I
starts next
know.
week.
Now we're really
Yeah.
gonna
God.
fuck
Could have been
up some
worse.
baddies.
If
Now
you'd
I
gone
feel
and
good that
spoke
we
with
kept
them,
this guy alive.
if you gone and spoke with them, you might have fallen asleep in their camp, and that would have been much worse. So,
Oh yeah, you guys could just rest here, and we'll be like, okay, great, thanks.
Yeah, I mean, they might have convinced you to team up with them to go and hunt down the werewolves. So it could have worked.
No, we
wouldn't have split that money.
50.
Yeah, we would have been like,
We don't need help.
In an alternate
Yes.
reality, maybe it happened. I'm just saying.
I don't
if
think
there's-
Scold would have ever trusted them anyways if he was
That's
here.
fair.
Yeah, absolutely
That's
not.
fair.
I
Okay.
sleep outside camp.
So, that's why, like, when you guys were like, we should wait for Scar, I was like, he's probably going to get his werewolf fight he wants. Anyway. Okay. So, we can do some shout outs. And I think we'll have Bree and obviously Sam back next week. So we can pick up from there.
Yay.
Fingers
Fingers
crossed.
crossed.
A proper werewolf
Bree is
fight.
just gonna get dropped in the shit. I love it.
I did DM her, and I was like, guess what? I called on Mythos. He told me to never call him again.
OG, do you want to do a shout?
Sure. Shout out to the wily crafter who made a fake werewolf head, and we didn't really realize it was fake. I really want to learn that skill. So shout out to whoever made that. Good job.
No costume design.
Also, I'm
It was,
OLG. What's
it
up?
was actually made out of wicker. It was.
It was here it is. She just fucking was walking around making like.
Oh, they did pass by.
I just imagined it, so I just had to say it. Sorry.
Yeah.
No, fucking genius.
Exclamation mark cast to find
She's
some
like, oh, what?
socials.
One of these?
Shane.
Hey, I want to shout Joe out because I feel like I've been throwing so many alternate routes to a lot of these
No,
fights recently,
it's cool.
and you've been playing them off so well.
No, I
And
like it,
love-
dude.
Yeah.
If you'd questioned him a little bit more, you could have probably got the jump on those guys. Hence the cruel ones.
Oh,
But it was
yeah,
it
probably.
was very smart
I just-
to remove the
I love
curse.
having all these utility spells.
It's
Yeah.
cool,
It's
right?
so fun trying to find other ways to do things.
Yeah, I
But
love
yeah,
it. That's
it's
my
lots
favorite
of
thing with
fun.
D&D. So that was an awesome way to do that. If he
I'm
survives
Shane.
the fight, you've just kind of saved one person that I
Yeah.
thought was
Oh,
guaranteed
he's
doom.
fucking
Exactly. I
surviving.
He was having bad dreams. He's human.
I
Like
knew
all
we
of us.
felt bad about that guy. We knew that there was something that we had to save. We knew it, guys.
To think right
It
now out
wasn't
there in
us who
Wolfgard,
said words to Joe's mouth.
there's a couple thousand or so more werewolves.
Oh,
Maybe.
I don't got this many spell slots, you guys.
Yeah, it's gonna take you some time.
Yeah, how many
How many
times?
times
Wait,
can you cast it a day?
how many can you cure before you sleep?
No, 5 if I use 4th levels for 2 of them.
Okay.
Okay, so if there's a couple thousand and you could do 5 a day, it's fine.
Like 3 years?
We'll just line them all up.
Exactly. We will fix
Yeah.
this, guys.
Take a few
You
years.
can't be the only cleric in Wolfgard.
Find 5
right
a day
Yeah.
for 3 years, and you'll probably have cured Wolfgard.
Yeah.
Taking into account the other ones that get turned on the way.
Yeah, well, yeah, we have to. Oh god, we have to stop at least 5 people from being infected every day.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 'cause
You
they can
need to be on a
infect
positive
some people.
outcome as
That's
well,
also
yeah.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It might
We
take some
got
time,
this.
but maybe you got it. Dex bonus. Oh, wait. So before we
Hi.
just go on, Shane also didn't shout himself out. Please go and check out Shane's
That's
channel.
true.
Hey, what are you playing this week, Shane? Are you going to stream anything?
I'm
this week?
Shane. I don't know yet. Maybe I want to get back into Minecraft. Hey, I like that game. I want to play it
It's
more.
a good game.
I'll let
Yeah,
you
it's
know
been
when
a
we next
while.
do like a server for Minecraft as well.
I want to.
Oh,
but
yeah, the week-long
the one we were planning on hasn't been brought up again in months.
No. Typical of a group.
So I don't know about that.
Typical.
Dex bonus, sorry.
Yeah, no problem. Hi guys, I'm Dodger. You can find me at Dex Bonus on pretty much everything. I'm doing starting tomorrow is my first attempt at DMing something other than a one shot.
Nice.
I'm doing a 3 or 4 session like mini campaign set in the Hollow Knight universe with the
so
fate
fun.
system.
Super
So
cool.
I'm really excited about that. That'll be tomorrow night, GMT. But yeah, other than that, I'm just hanging out, doing my thing. So come hang
Awesome.
out.
I'm excited to see it. It's gonna be cool.
Thanks.
Breebun is, you can find her at Breebun, twitch.tv/Breebun. I think she comes back from her trip today. That's why she couldn't make it today. But I'm sure she'll be streaming this week. Strippin, you can find the same social tag, twitch.tv/Strippin, except for, and Twitter, etc. I think Sam's been playing a lot of GTA, a lot of, I think, Loop Hero and stuff like that. Variety King. And then Jari.
Hello, my name is Jari. I'm streaming random stuff on Twitch, sometimes creative, sometimes World of Warcraft. Tomorrow, I am going to be taking my friend Serena, who has never really played World of Warcraft, to Ardent Dawn Goldshire.
Oh God!
You're
Why
gonna
would
get
you
TRS.
do this?
Are you putting a TRP on?
Yes, of course.
Oh
there's
no!
We're going to be having a couple of drinks and doing some
Nice.
ASMR readings of the
Nice.
Oh my God.
Nice.
That's genius.
So, yeah, I mean, this is like something I just go back to every now and again. Every now and again, I just go back to Goldenshire with someone just to show the world how truly
Friend date.
vibrant
It is. It's a beautiful place. You can understand
it's
how they pay
truly
for
a
the war
beautiful
effort with many children being made there per day.
Yeah,
Um,
true. Joe knows what it's like first-hand experience in
Spent years
Goldshire. That was
Yeah.
what he did
I was the
before he was a
innkeeper.
Twitch
Oh.
streamer. So yeah, I'm gonna take her there. We're gonna have a couple drinks. It's just gonna be a fun time. So if you guys want to hang out, that's what we're doing tomorrow.
Wonderful. Hi, I'm Joefudge. You can see me on this channel, etc. On Tuesdays, I read a bunch of homebrew. So if you're interested in Dungeons and Dragons homebrew, want to publish your own, via the Patreon, you can publish your own, and I can read it on stream and review it, etc. I'm going to be doing that on Tuesday. I also can keep mysteries. My book, I think, should arrive tomorrow, so I'm going to review that. And on top of that, I think I'm
It's
going to
really
finish.
cool.
I'm so excited to read it. Although at the same time, I don't want to deep review it because I might take some
Then
of the
you'll know
puzzles.
the mysteries.
Yeah, and also that, right? Like I want to take some of the puzzles and put them into
Yeah.
this and stuff, or put them into the campaigns.
Oh, great puzzles.
Now we
love
know
those.
to read it ahead of time.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's always the big
BRB.
thing.
Be
I
ordering
already
copy
have
now.
it memorized.
Yeah. Hold on, let me look at my
and-
notes that are just bound in a book that
Yeah,
looks like it
don't
says Candlekeep Mysteries.
You arrive at a keep that looks like a candle.
Oh, I remember
Other than
this.
that, I'll be finishing our playthrough of Valheim this week. So if you're interested in seeing that, we've got the last 2 bosses to go. We're doing a little community server with Proximity VoIP, and it's RP. It's really fun. So yeah, that's it. Thanks everyone for playing today. Appreciate the hell out of it. I hope you all have a great time.
you.
Good luck in Goldshire, and good luck with the Hollow Knight campaign. I'm excited to see both. For the opposite reasons, I think, for both of them.
Yeah.
I'll see you all for next week when we can fight some werewolves. All right.
Hell
Thanks everyone
yes,
for
I'm
coming
looking
by.
forward to it. All right,
See you next
take
week.
care, guys.
Bye bye.